Okay, chat. Oh, my mic turned back on? Weird. Okay, whatever. Hold on. Ugh. Oh, look at this. Ugh. Okay, chat. Okay, chat, what's up? Uh, Boy, I don't know what's going on right now. This is getting pretty wild. Don't forget to change your magnetic rocks. I think it's pretty hilarious how people who believe in magnetic rocks and aliens talking to them have a hard time believing that a plane could move faster than the speed of light. Pretty bizarre. Pretty bizarre. But, wow. Yeah, there's a lot of rebunking happening right now. Let's save this actually. Give me a sec. Where the hell did that just go? Okay, science. Yeah, there's a headphones are back on. I don't even know why I have the headphones on. There's a lot of sketchiness in these pictures, guys. A lot of sketchiness. No one has been able to find any proof that these pictures predate 2014. We've pulled a torrent, and they're not in the torrent that we found. Ken is saying that he can't find them on the archive. The torrent guy, the textures guy himself, is somehow claiming he still has a folder with these pictures still in it, which makes no sense at all, guys. What, this guy's still got a folder called Jonas's Japan trip from over 11 years ago? What, does he only upload like 5 things a year and never change his computer? I mean, I'm trying not to fall in the conspiracy rabbit hole here, but yikes, something is not adding up here at all. Not at all. They had me pretty demoralized when this first came out, and now I'm just like, wait, what? Now I don't know anymore. I've had like 5 people message me saying that they are like cybersecurity experts and that these pictures don't add up. In my DMs and emails. Yeah, I don't know. I think that the only way we can go forward with this. Oh, I want to talk about this too. Yeah, well, how does this guy have the uploads from his PC from 11 years ago? That he's got a folder called Jonas's Japan trip. Doesn't what? Well, what is his categorization on his server? I want to see it. So, yeah. Hey, Johnny, if you got mental problems, man, and you just like think that it's over, I'm glad you can move on, bud. So you're gonna get blocked. You'll never have to deal with this. You don't have to watch. Like, like people that think it's over, feel free, man. Feel free to go. I'm gonna say the same thing that I said last time. The reason why we're still here is because of all the people that were gloating saying that it's over. You're the reason why it's still going on. So pat yourself on the back. You played yourself. Pat yourself on the back. You're the reason why it's still going, and it's not been debunked. So enjoy. And you know what? You can move on and do other stuff. And if you don't move on and do other stuff, then we'll know you're not being honest. So feels bad. Feels bad. The sad part is I was ready to move on, but then all of a sudden I got everybody trying to dunk on me before things have been solidified. Now it turns out there's a lot of doubt being cast on these pictures. Like a lot. Like a lot. So maybe you guys, what do I say? Had a little premature celebration? Is that what they say? Oops. Whoopsie. Hey, I tell you what, guys. Why don't you guys get the Redditor who found these pictures to reach out to me, and we'll bring him on stream, and he can tell us about exactly what he did to find the pictures. Does that sound like a good idea for everybody? I think that would be a really good idea. Anyone on Reddit, message the weird account with DK, whatever it is. Tell him that he wants, the Kim wants to give him a reward, and that we want to talk to him, and we want to ask him about how he found these pictures. Let's see if he wants to come forward. Turns out Jonas was not interested in the reward. Interesting. Very interesting. I've asked Jonas to delete. Oh, well, that's DMs. Well, Jesus, man. Did I care about any of this? Whatever. I don't care. You guys didn't see anything that's... You didn't see anything that matters. Didn't see anything that matters. I asked Jonas to delete his YouTube video because if he's getting harassed, then the easiest way to not get harassed is to delete your YouTube video that is claiming to debunk that you put out within a couple hours, having no background in the case whatsoever. Somebody messages you and you put out a YouTube video trying to debunk the videos within just a couple hours. Pretty bizarre. Now you won't take a reward for it? And it was not 145,000. No, it was not. It was a small fraction of that. In fact, I'm just going to throw it out there because I don't want to be coy about this. Okay, let's just be honest and be open about it. Jonas was offered $10,000. $10,000 just for finding the pictures. I was on the stream with him. And he's turned it down now. 10 grand. The only stipulation was that he would have to sign something saying that what he was claiming was true. And that there would be, that he knew it, all of the statements he was saying were to be true. So, I don't know who turns down 10 grand in that situation. I certainly do not turn down 10 grand in that situation. I'm definitely taking the 10 grand. In fact, I'm a little bit jealous because I would have taken it. Yeah. So I think we should be honest about it. And yeah, again, if Jonas is listening or watching, I think he should delete his YouTube immediately. Because people are using that YouTube. Let's go check. Let's go check our profile here. Oh, look. They're using his YouTube to community note me. Amazing. Amazing. Now, who the hell is this? Who the fuck is this? Why is this is a bot account? Why is this bot account listed? This is a literal bot account. Why? This is a literal bot account, guys. Literal bot account. Remember, I always have the receipts. This is a bot account by some kind of Fed spook debunker. Let me go pull up the receipts on this guy. By the way, if EXIF data can't be manipulated, does that mean the Philip Wood picture is real? Man, I got a lot of spook stuff in my inventory, in my history. Jesus, I have a lot. Sorry, guys, hold on. I have way more than I thought. Oh, my goodness. Just remember, I have all the receipts every time. Where's the one of this bot account posting, like, the same thing everywhere? Get ready for it, folks. Where'd it go? You guys ready for it? Get ready. You know it's coming. Bot accounts. Literal exact copy paste on bots. Oh, I've got more too. There's more than that. If you think that's all, you are wrong. Where's my screenshot? I have a screenshot of them all side by side too somewhere. Love it. Love it. UFO interest is literal bot account, folks. Literal bot account. Amazing. All the exact same reply. Astonishing. Who's this run by? Who's this run by? What's this guy's? Oh, he got rid of his real name on here. It's Scott something or other. Probably because he knows he's a freaking spook and people would track him down. This account is a literal bot account. Run by a literal bot. What was his name? Scott something or other. Scott Gimple or something like that. Not Gimple. I don't know. Anyway. Remember, guys, I always have the receipts. I would reply, but I don't want to give him any more attention. So, Jonas, delete your YouTube, buddy. And then maybe we will, people will stop bothering you. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Not sure what's going on. We could make a post about it. The way I'm thinking about going on here with is that, yeah, we don't need to debunk anything. No hoaxer stepped forward. We have a $150,000 bounty. So, if you think that the videos are fake, the only thing you should be focused on is, since you know where the assets came from now, you should be trying to track down this hoaxer, right? If you're not, if you think the videos are fake and you are sure about that, and you're an honest person, the only thing you should be doing is trying to collect that $150,000 bounty right now. That's the only thing you should be focused on. And if you're not focused on that, then you're a dishonest person. What do you think, Pelud? Are you worried? Are you out there trying to track down the hoaxer and get that bounty? Let me know, Pelud. I'm talking to you in the chat. I mean, you're so certain. Why aren't you spending all your time trying to collect that $150,000 bounty? You know what? Maybe what we should do is have the government weigh in, right? They can settle this. Let's have the U.S. government just come out and tell us that we're not looking at their MQ-1C Gray Eagle and not looking at Sibbers. I think if the government comes out with that, then yeah, it'll be great. Yeah, this guy got blocked as well. This guy was full of crap for sure. Perveen guy. I had him marked early on. Yeah, so an anonymous person contacted Jonas using a burner email account and claimed some weird crap about how everyone was going to be hunting him down or something like this, and shows him the Reddit post. Next thing we know, Jonas is making a video claiming that he can find all these things in his picture. He actually couldn't even find the pictures on the website, but somehow this Reddit account claims they found it in 20 minutes, which is definitely not possible. And the more I thought about it last night, the more it makes no sense whatsoever. Like, there's no way you're finding random clouds and random pictures on a website. No chance of that. And people already did reverse image searches, and they weren't able to find it back in August. So something here is not right. It feels like someone knew there was a picture out there that they should go find, and then, worked in reverse. Not the way that you would think of. And it feels like Jonas was used as the middleman because the other people don't want to tie their real names to it, because then they could get tracked down, and it would turn out that they would get discredited easily, I imagine. Right? That's the real story here. And the part that is the biggest problem is that the videos corroborate the real events of MH370. The real events. The coordinates are in the real location. We have two videos with both the same clouds in them. And as I sat through the last two podcasts I've been doing the last 2 days, I couldn't shake that out of my head. This still represents by far the most accurate story to what happened to the plane. It's not even close. No one's even close to how much evidence we have. We have more evidence than every single expert today. I was on a podcast earlier today where the woman is a pilot, and she's saying that she doesn't believe the suicide narrative. And this guy is trying, you know what his evidence was? A BBC article linking to the flaperon. That's his evidence that the plane crashed. I just laughed, and I said, I can debunk this guy in 5 minutes. I don't even remember his name, honestly. He's supposed to be like one of the top experts. And I'm like, does he mention that the flaperon's not matched with the unique serial number? Oh, no, of course he forgot about that. Does he mention that there's a literal exact replica of the plane scrapped in October of 2013? Exact replica of the M9M MRO No, of course, he forgets about that. Does he mention that there's debris that has burn marks on it, consistent with the honeycomb pattern of a Boeing? No, he forgot about that. These experts are straight up clowns, dude. Straight up clowns. Yeah, here's the article I got linked. I still have it up. I just show her on stream. I pull it up and I just highlight this part right here. And I go, oh, look, it has a serial number, but it doesn't mention the fact this isn't a unique serial number. The unique serial plate that's bolted onto this thing is somehow missing. Oh, okay. Well, turns out the 9M MRO is an exact copy of the 9M MRK that was purchased. Whoops. So the reality is, I think that we might have to put out a statement saying that the only way these videos can be debunked if they find the hoaxer. And until then, the U.S. government needs to make a statement. We've got too much evidence. Because here's the reality. They're going to push out some other fake debunk next, right? If they can do what is required to fake those images, then they're going to be able to do basically anything. They just have to, what they have to do is a simple thing. Make a statement. Make a statement on the videos. That will put us to bed, right? Well, I think Kim is extremely skeptical as well. I think he's as skeptical of the technology, is my opinion of Kim. Right? Can we really teleport a plane? I mean, he told Jonas, I don't want to live in a world where we can teleport planes, right? I don't either, man. Jonas was told exactly where to find the image by the person that emailed him. Sorry for chewing into the thing. I'm skeptical of Kim in the same way I'm skeptical of everybody, but I don't get the vibe from him that he's trying to discredit the case. He came up with one of the best plays so far, which is the $100,000 bounty. I didn't have to go along with it. When he pulled back, I didn't have to pull back either, but I took his advice. And, I think my opinion then was still correct. Like, at that time, it felt like those clouds were very, accurate, right? I can't come up with a logical explanation. Even now, I don't think I can, but I just think there's a lot of doubt onto the authenticity of those pictures. And then the problem that the videos still corroborate what happened to the plane. And there's no hoaxer who's come forward. So where's this hoaxer, man? After all the attention we got yesterday, where's the hoaxer? Even people want me to be the hoaxer because they realize that there's no explanation for why a hoaxer hasn't come forward. But you guys know there's literally no chance I could be the hoaxer. I literally couldn't even freaking edit a file earlier today. There's no way I can create perfect masterpieces of military technology. I'm not in this for the 9-year long run. If I have to, I'll get 1 million people to corroborate my whereabouts anytime we want over the last 9 years. A lot of it's been traveling for work. Jesse Lund, thank you for the donation or super chat, whatever it is. Could the government fake the radio transmissions from the pilot's previous flights to throw off where the plane is actually going? If the government can fake images and stuff like that, which we pretty much need for these images to be matching the clouds, then they can do pretty much anything. If they can teleport a plane, they can do pretty much anything, man. They can do pretty much anything. They can do pretty much anything. Let's see what we got going on here. This is also pretty weird. One of the images is just missing. The key image here that matches the clouds just isn't on the Wayback Machine. The other ones are. CG textures just missing. Not there. We might have to build a case here. So let's start collecting stuff. Copy link. Do I need this anymore? This is supposedly when he took the picture. Might want to keep this just in case. You think people that are hoaxers stream every night and watch all their work? No, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Might do something like this. He should take down his video because he did a debunk video after being told like within an hour about the situation, had no background of the case, and randomly knows who the corridor crew is. I literally just asked him, do you know who the corridor crew is? Yeah. I've known about them for like 15 years and followed their stuff. And then I'm like, oh, well, have you seen their recent video about this? No. Like, I don't want to badmouth Jonas. I think that I don't get the feeling like he's a bad guy. But this thing's not adding up at all, man. To a degree where, like, this is the biggest conspiracy ever. People have everything on the line here. People will go to prison for the rest of their lives over this. There's trillions of dollars in lawsuits at stake here. Right? If there's people that are so disillusioned that they think somehow I'm involved in this, like what? I'm sitting here the one blowing it up, man. It's a tough situation, guys. Reality is, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys about everything, my thought process. I'm not sure, A, that the world is ready for this. I think chat, you guys are ready for this. I don't think the larger world is ready for this technology. I've come to conclude that they're not. I'm still pushing forward because that's MH370, but I would have been probably happier if the government had just paid me like $10 million early on and let me just be on the inside and in the know. And then I could just watch all the normies just having no idea walking around. Ethan, buddy, get mental help, Ethan. No one cares about you, bud. No one cares, man. If you think that the videos are fake, get the hell out of here. Go somewhere else. Why are you here being obsessed like a psychopath? Why am I living in your head rent-free? Is it because you know that maybe something is wrong and that there's maybe evidence there? I like this stupid narrative of, oh, this is flat earth now. Bro, if flat earth has an evidence list as long as our evidence list, then I'm going to start believing in flat earth. Okay? The reality is the earth's round because that's how gravity works. Because mass is interacting with space-time. When you can find a flat earth list of evidence this long with 2 videos and 19 witnesses corroborating a fire event, Ethan, then tell you what, I'll start believing in flat earth with you, okay? Otherwise, yeah, I'm a Mensa member. Oh my God, Ethan, he's a Mensa member, guys. Oh, he's Mensa. Oh, wow. Well, oh boy, geez, we gotta really bow down to you. Mensa basically means you have mental issues and that you think you're falsely superior to others. That's all it means. IQ tests don't actually mean anything. And if you were actually intelligent, you would never call yourself a Mensa member. Jesus, man. I can't believe you said that unironically, dude. Ethan, you're like the worst type of people on the internet, Ethan. I'm going to rag on you a little bit because you seem to want it. There's documentaries, guys. There's documentaries on Netflix. Did you know that? You might have to be a Mensa member to know that there's documentaries on Netflix. You mean one of the worst documentaries in history where they think the plane was shot down even though the debris literally doesn't scale to the pictures? The one where Jeff Wise thinks that the plane went to Russia, despite the fact there's like 12 radar systems that would have seen it. Hey, Ethan, since you're a Mensa member, why don't you tell us how a plane crashes into the ocean without leaving a debris field? Use your big Mensa brain. Help us out. How does a 777 crash into the ocean without leaving a debris field? Let's just start right there. Come on, Ethan. The crowd is waiting. We want to know. How does a 777 crash into the ocean? How does the most extensive search in human history, with 42 planes and 39 boats, and with satellites everywhere, how do we not find a debris field of a 777 crashing into the South Indian Ocean? I'm not going to block Ethan. I want to hear his answer. He's in Mensa, guys. I'm guessing we're not going to get an answer, are we? What happened? You mean the Air Force AF-447? They found black boxes. They found debris. That was in like 2008. How do we not find a debris field? It's been 10 years. We couldn't find one piece of the plane. The official search didn't find one piece of the plane. Ethan, before you leave, tell us how a 777 crashing into the ocean doesn't leave a debris field. God, Mensa's really not taking the best anymore, huh? I'm a Mensa member. Just word to the wise, Ethan. I'm being nice now. Never tell anybody else that you're a Mensa member. Never say that you're a Mensa member to anybody else. Okay? It's not a badge of honor. It's like wearing a helmet when you're walking around. Yikes, man. Yikes. I thought you were joking at first. Are you just going to repeat stuff like you're just repeating CNN headlines? Why don't you just use that big brain and tell us how a 777 crash into the ocean doesn't leave a debris field? That's all you have to ask. That's all you have to answer. It's a simple question. How does a 777 not leave a debris field? How do we not find black boxes despite the fact that we have pings that say that it's supposedly as long an arc on the long 7th arc, and we don't find any black boxes? How does the SOSA system, the one that heard the Titan sub pop a few months ago, how does that not hear a 777 crashing into the ocean? How does two more hydrophones not hear it either? I think we've got a grade A CNN brain here, folks. There's nowhere else to go. The ocean's pretty big, but the problem is that this official narrative has it running out of gas. There's nowhere else to go, my man. Now we've pissed off Mensa now, guys. I love how when dumb people think they're smart and they want to talk down to other people, that's my favorite. Those are my favorite people to rag on, right? I don't pretend to be the nicest guy, but when people out there want to rag on somebody else and claim how they think they want to be like, oh, you believe in flat earth. Like I literally do science topics, Ethan, that explain how gravity actually works, right? So my advice would be don't ridicule anybody else when you live in a glass house. I'm sorry I had to pick on you, man, but, be better next time, Ethan. Be better, man. Try to be a better person in general. That would be my advice to you. Maybe open your mind up a little bit and think that maybe you don't know everything that's happening in the world. And maybe what the TV tells you isn't all there is to the world. And I hope anybody else that wants to try to ridicule as well before you do, take a look at Ethan. Gravity's just a theory, folks. Anyway, so the when I was on this podcast as well earlier today, the guy, apparently the expert's like, oh, they've been able to figure out from the flapper on that like the plane was gliding casually into the water. I'm like, this is like reading the tea leaves here, man. It's like there's no way you can figure out what degree the plane was crashing from the rip of the flapper on. It's just like literally a broken piece like this. Ethan, man, you need mental help, Ethan. I mean that in the most honest and sincere way, buddy. You really do, man. You really do. Whenever you think you're better than other people, that's probably you that's the problem, my man. It's probably you that's the problem. I would say that you're not half as smart as you think you are. Whatever you think your IQ is, just cut that in half, buddy. Cut that in half. You're the one who can't figure out how 777 would crash into the ocean without leaving a debris field. Not us, folks. Not us. We like you, though, man. We like you. Every once in a while, it's nice to have a punching bag. I want to do a little bit of. Oh, there was some memes out there too. Who was making memes for me? Oh, and just in case, I'm gonna go ahead as well and say that I don't want anyone to donate to me like I do. If you need your money, please do not donate to me. You don't need to donate in order to get my attention. If you have questions, you can just ask the questions. But of course, I obviously appreciate people who have donated, and I don't have a way to prevent it. I'm not going to be completely against it. I think, some people want to donate. They've always asked me. Some people ask me to turn the stuff on, so appreciate that. But of course, you don't have to. That reminds me, I actually do need to check my email real quick. Huh. What? Let's see this. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Hmm. I showed Sal a picture, and he said, I can't show the picture in chat. Looks like a satellite station, U.S. Space Force. Weird. Weird, folks. Oh, Ethan's still here. Jonas rejected the offer, folks. Jonas rejected the $10,000 offer, Ethan. So why do you think Jonas would reject a $10,000 offer where all he has to do is sign a statement saying that everything he's saying is true? Hey, Ethan, would you reject $10,000? Would you reject $10,000 that somebody's just going to give you, and all you have to do is say that everything you're saying is true? I mean, I know I wouldn't, but I'm just curious if you guys were. I was actually jealous that he was going to give him 10 grand. I get nothing. The $150,000 wants me to go find is honestly enough for me to go find the hoaxer. Doesn't feel right to accept 10 grand. That doesn't seem right at all. What do you mean I wasn't convinced? I made a statement saying I was. We're going to move on in a second here. Nah, I want to answer the debunkers, guys. Doesn't feel right to accept 10 grand where all you have to do is say that you weren't lying. Pretty weird, man. Not going to lie. I think he's an honest guy, but if I was Jonas, I would delete this YouTube video if I don't want to get any more attention. There's 869,000 views on this. 869,000 views. $869,000 views on this. It's pretty weird, man. He's not wealthy. I was in the meeting with him and Kim.com. So, just saying, it's not just that. That mixed with the fact that now people are casting major doubt on this is starting to get to be problematic. No one can find these images before 2014. We actually pulled up a torrent, and the images aren't in the torrent either. So, what the hell? And we have this other thing that we just pulled up as well. I mean, I haven't made a post yet, but I'm starting to wonder if I need to make a post. People are asking me what's going on, if I need to make a post here. The image is missing in the archive as well. It's also missing in the archive, but the other ones aren't. The ones that don't match are, but the ones that match are not in the archive. Pretty weird, man. It's pretty weird. At this point, I think we have to make a post and just say that due to the questionable nature of everything that's going on, the weird way that Jonas made a debunk video within like a couple hours, and how he's not accepting the money now, but he's keeping his debunk video up there. Like, he needs to delete his debunk video, like ASAP. Hold on. It's also pretty weird that he knows Corridor Digital and he knows the owner of the website that stuff got posted on. Both those are pretty weird pieces of evidence, man. 800,000 views. This just does not add up. This does not add up, man. It's not add up. Big brain Ethan here thinks that we don't have evidence, but he thinks that what do you think, Ethan? You think the pilot suicided the plane in the South Indian Ocean where we didn't find a debris field, where there's literally no evidence of suicide whatsoever? I would imagine, like, what if you held yourself to your own standard, Ethan? Do you think your ideas would hold up to scrutiny, your own scrutiny? Of course they wouldn't. Of course they wouldn't. You're just a straight up clown, Ethan. Don't ever tell anybody you're in Mensa ever again, man. It's honestly embarrassing, man. Yeah, the same people that EXIF data said EXIF data is easy to fake are now all of a sudden all on board the EXIF data. And people send me stuff about the EXIF data doesn't actually prove the pictures are from 2012. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of messages here. Someone get a hold of this guy. Someone get a hold of this guy. We want to figure out who this guy is, what his real name is, and how he found these pictures. And why he has only a 6-day-old Reddit account. And why he's tagged himself with definitely CGI. Someone find this guy. I think Kim.com wants to give him $1,000 or $10,000 either. 1,600 planes crash globally a year? Bro, Ethan, are you, like, special? 1,600 planes. Hey, L, and hey, Dorian. Hey, L. What's up? Yo, I don't think Mensa's the name of the organization you got, bro. Hey, Ethan, what if I told you this? Ethan wants to know, why not get a hold of the Top Gun editor if you have yet to do that, but why not use it as proof? What about this? I did get a hold of him. Oops. I did get a hold of him. How funny is that? I did. Guess your Mensa brain didn't work out that time. Yep. I did look it up. Yeah, okay, let's look it up, guys. Let's look it up. It's actually more than I thought. This is actually accidents, not plane crashes, by the way. Because if it was plane crashes, the number of deaths here wouldn't be 300. So this is how Mensa works, guys. First of all, you apparently can't Google. Second part is you don't know how to use logic. If there was 1,600 plane crashes, there would certainly be way more than 376 deaths. One plane can account for 300 deaths. Yeah, poor Ethan, man. Poor Ethan. He's just getting brutalized tonight. Turns out everything Ethan knew is true is a lie. Rip. Feels bad. Feels bad. He's getting red-pilled like crazy right now. Okay, yeah, let's not let this derail the stream, guys. I can't decide if I need to be making a post or not. Feels like I need to be making a post. I don't know, though. I don't know if I want to... I don't know if I want to set myself up for something. This has been wild. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Why does this guy have an 11-year-old folder called Jonas Japan? What computer did he pull this up on? CG textures underscore photos underscore Jonas? Jonas Japan? He goes to Japan all the time. He lives in Japan. This is all the pictures he's got? Dude literally lives in Japan. Granted, he only worked there for 4 years, so maybe that's the explanation. I don't know. It's amazing how these people have perfect records of all their stuff from 11 years ago. If you ask me for my stuff from 11 years ago, you know what I would say? It's all gone. I don't have that computer anymore. Yeah, Langely, you have time to roll blunt. Go for it, my man. Enjoy it as well. You know, take an extra hit for me. I wish I could do it, but I've got a security clearance, so I can't do drugs. Instead, I can just drink, folks. Instead, I can just drink. Oh, sorry you're getting ads. I think you can probably just skip them. Well, hey, man, if you think those are the pictures that are correct, then you should get in touch with this textures guy, and you should figure out which people bought those pictures so that you can find out who the hoaxer is and collect $150,000. Which still stands, by the way. I also spelt bystander wrong. I kind of thought that, but I went a little fast. Should we do science or should we make a post? Start a poll. I don't really know. Just don't really know, guys. Don't really know what the right play is here. Vote, guys. Do some science or make a post. Do some science or make a post. Do some science or make a post. Make sure you guys vote. Oh, wait, I gotta buy stuff? No, I don't. Is this gonna be copyrighted? Looks like science is winning. Science first is never a bad idea. I think we're gonna have to learn the fundamentals, though.
All right, now we're going to talk about the idea of an electric current. And the story about current starts with the idea of charge.
Is this too loud?
So we've learned that we have two kinds of charges.
Okay, well, it's
positive
pretty close.
and
We're going to
negative
do science
charge.
first.
We'll just make up two little charges like that. And we know if they're the opposite sign, that there will be a force of attraction between them. And if they have two like signs, here's
going to be repulsion.
Here's two charges that are both positive. And these charges are going to repel each other.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
So this is the basic electrostatics idea. And the same thing for two minus charges. They also repel. So
how's that?
Like charges repel,
is that audio better? Is that balance better?
Unlike charges attract. That's
I'll try that. I'll go halfway.
And now we need a place to get some charge. And one of the places we like to get charge from is copper wires.
We're going to start with the basics,
atom
folks.
Looks like this. Copper atom has a nucleus with some protons in it, and it also has electrons flying around the outside. Electrons in orbits around the outside.
Okay, I turned it up a little bit.
The electrons like this, so there'll be orbits around this nucleus. Pretty good circles. And there'll be electrons in these. Little minus signs. There's electrons stacked up.
So we're starting with the basics, guys, here tonight. I'll make it just a little bit louder. We're going to probably go to like that. So, it was very low. Okay, hold on. Should be better now. The reason why I started the basics is whenever you want to understand and learn something, you have to understand the fundamentals. You have to start with the fundamentals.
In this. And even farther out, there's electrons. So there's a kind of a interesting looking copper atom. Copper, the symbol for copper is Cu, and its atomic number is 29.
So there's 29 electrons, or is it? I forget.
29.
The atomic number
that means there's 29 protons inside here, and there's 29 electrons outside.
There's always one proton per one electron,
And it turns out,
right?
just as a coincidence for copper, that the last orbital out here has just one electron in it. That guy right there. And that's the one that is the easiest to pull away from copper and have it go participate in conduction, in electric current. So when if I have a chunk of copper, every copper atom will have the opportunity to contribute this one lonely electron out here. If we look at another element like, for instance, silver has this same kind of a electron configuration where there's just one out here, and that's why silver and copper are such good conductors. All right, so now let's build a copper wire.
So wait, why does only the outside electron break free? What did he just say there? I want to listen to that one more time.
Element like, for instance, silver has this same kind of a electron configuration where there's just one out here, and that's why silver and copper are such good conductors.
So the one electron can flow
So now
freely?
we're going to build, let's build a copper wire. Here's sort of
I'm not sure if drinking is...
a copper wire. It's just made of solid copper. It's all full of copper atoms.
Weak bond, huh?
And I'm going to put a voltage across this.
Yeah, I'm not...
There's our little battery.
For the people that think that this might be a psyop or something like that, it may not be exactly correct. You know, maybe there's other ways to interpret it, but we need to understand what the fundamentals are.
This is the minus sign. This is the plus side. And we'll hook up a battery to this.
I'm like going back to high school like physics right now.
And what's going on in here? Inside this copper is a whole bunch of electrons.
And they're passing through it, right?
That are associated with atoms. It's a neutral piece of metal. There's the same number of protons as there is electrons. But these electrons are a little bit loose. So if I put a plus over here, that's this situation right here where a plus is attracting a minus. And so an electron is going to sort of wander over this way and go like that.
Okay.
And that's going to leave sort of a net positive charge in this region. And so these electrons are all going to start moving in this direction. And then at the end, here, an electron is going to come out of this battery, travel in here, and it's going to go in there and make up the difference. Mm-hmm. So if I had a net positive charge here from the electrons leaving and going to the left, this battery would fill those in.
Guys, we're getting smart.
And I'm going to get a net movement of negative charge around in this direction like this.
Yeah, the DOD is going to be knocking on
the
our door
question
in
is,
a minute.
well, how do I measure that? How do I measure or give a number to that amount of stuff that's going on?
Yeah.
So we want to quantify that. We want to assign a number to the amount of current happening here. So what we do is in our heads, we put a boundary across here. So just make that up in your head. And it cuts all the way through the copper. And what we know, we're going to stand right here.
Okay.
And we're going to keep our eye right on this boundary down in here.
I hope Ethan's watching, man.
And as we watch, what we're going to do is we're going to count the number of electrons that move by here.
We're going to count them.
And we're going to have a stopwatch, and we're going to time that. And so we're going to get,
basically,
this is charge. It's negative charge, and it's moving to the side. And what we're going to do is at one little spot right here, we're just going to count the number that go by in 1 second.
I wish this was my physics teacher, man.
Per second. And it's going to be a negative charge moving by. And that's what we call current. And it's the same as water flowing by in a river. That's the same idea.
Yeah, it's our current.
All right. Now I'm going to set up a different situation that also produces a current. And this time we're going to do it with water and salt. So here's just, let's build a tube of salt water like this. So we're going to pretend this is some tube that's all full of water. I'm also going to put a battery here. Let's put another battery. And we'll stick the wire into there, and we'll stick the wire into there. And this is the plus side of the battery, and this is the minus side of the battery.
Okay.
So water...
Spoil it for me, chat. What's going to happen to water?
H2O. And this does not conduct. There's no free electrons available here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some table salt in it. This is ordinary salt that you put on your food. And it's made of sodium. That's the symbol for sodium. And chloride. Cl is chloride. Sodium chloride is table salt. If we sprinkle some table salt into water, what happens is these dissolve, and we get a net plus charge here and a net minus charge on the chlorine. So out here is floating around NAs with plus signs and Cls nearby, really close nearby, with minuses.
Okay, I don't get it, but okay. Maybe it'll come to me. Someone explain it to me, chat.
Let's keep it even. All right. Now, when I dip my battery wires into this water, what's going to happen is this plus charge over here from the battery is going to attract the minus Cls. Mm-hmm. So the Cl is going to move that way a little bit. And over
Chlorine
here, the
was
same thing
there.
is happening. There's a minus sign here. There's a minus from the battery. And that's going to attract this. And it's also going to repel the CL minuses. And so what we get is a net motion of
Chlorine moving
positive
left,
charge
sodium moving
plus
right.
Q going this way. And we get minus Q going this way.
Huh.
And how do we measure that current? How do we measure that current? Well, we do it the same way as we did up there with copper. We put a boundary through here in our heads. We stand here, and we watch the charges moving by. And what we're going to get is some sodiums
Yeah, welcome everybody. This is
NAs
we're learning a lot here.
moving this way.
If this is boring for you, I
and
apologize.
chlorines moving this way, just like we showed here. Na.
We have to learn. We have to start with the
moving this
basics,
way.
though. We have to
And
understand
so
the
there's going to be
fundamentals.
plus charges moving through the boundary and minus charges moving through the
Just real quick, after we get through the fundamentals, we'll move on to stuff that's more complicated. But we got to start with the fundamentals. So
boundary in
apologize.
the opposite direction. And if I take the total sum of that, for example, if I see one Na go this way and one Cl go this way, that's equivalent to two charges moving through the boundary. Hope that makes sense. It's equivalent to two charges, one going this way and one going this way. And because they have opposite signs, they add together and make two charges. In this case, current
Man, this guy can type or write
is
pretty
equal,
well. with the
again,
mouse.
to charge per second.
Okay. Neat.
In the last video, we talked about the meaning of current, and current is defined to be the movement of charge, amount of charge per second. We looked at a copper wire where electrons are carrying the current, and we looked
How long has our government had AGI? Probably at least since 2010 would be my guess.
also at a salt solution where both positive and negative ions are carrying the current across
Welcome,
this
Paul, and
imaginary
everybody else
boundary
who's been hanging
where
out.
we
Appreciate
we
it.
keep track of how many charges are moving. So now, next we need to talk about how do we define a positive
We have 59 energy points, guys. 59 energy points.
Current. What is a positive
What,
current?
74?
So I'm going to move this up a little bit.
I don't know what it means, but
And we're going to
neat.
get to something that causes some confusion, but we'll try to clear it up
Uh-oh,
here.
it's going to get confusing.
The positive sign, this is a convention that we use. The positive sign for current is the direction that positive charges move. So that's the direction, this is the direction a positive sodium ion moves. This is the direction a
Yeah,
negative
this is useful for electricians.
chlorine ion moves. When I assign a positive direction to the current, the overall positive direction is going to be in this direction. That's plus current. Plus current.
This is where I start to get confused.
All right? And the same thing actually holds for a wire. If I draw, let's go back and draw my wire again. If I draw my copper
Timer fields.
wire, and inside there, we know that all these little electrons, all the electrons are moving in that direction. So Q minus is moving in that direction. And when I assign a direction for the arrow for current, the current arrow points this way, plus current. So for instance, if I had 10 electrons per second that were moving in this direction here, I would say the current is plus 10 charges per second in this direction.
Okay.
And you ask yourself, if it's always electrons carrying current, why on earth do we point the arrow in the other way? And that actually goes back, way back in history, to our friend Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin is the person who basically made a decision that said the charge on an electron is minus. Now,
Yeah,
when he
confused
made
me
that
too, guys.
decision, nobody knew there was such a thing as an electron. So Ben Franklin
If anyone has any better understanding,
and that
please
was
let me know.
in the year
I'll probably talk to
1747.
Salvatore Pais soon pretty well. I want to be
Ben
smarter though
Franklin's
when I
a
talk to
person
him
who
next time.
assigned plus and minus as being the two types of charge that existed. And when he did that, he had no idea. Nobody had any idea
I'll probably talk to Salvatore Pais in January.
that there was such a thing as an electron. Electron was discovered by a physicist.
Alpha asks, have you done a video debunk of the corridor debunk reaction? The corridor crew, we have an official video. Should we watch it real quick, guys? Let's watch it real quick. This is our official reaction to the corridor's crew's reaction video. We have our own reaction video to the reaction video. This is by Hermes, by the way. I don't know if he's in the chat.
Directly from this guy.
This is our official reaction to the reaction.
My client showed up for work on the day of the incident, and this is just a second. I'm gonna have to have a talk with my nephew.
Wait, whoa.
You know what?
I want to see it.
The video is not.
Show it to me.
It's not working. Your Honor. I don't understand.
Perfect recreation,
Is
guys.
this what the jury just saw?
I'm gonna.
That's the whole thing?
Unfortunately, yes. That is not what the whole thing was supposed to be.
Not only was the animation so poor, but it glitched and just froze up. So again, we only saw like 5 or 6 seconds worth of video, but it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy.
It's like the defendant is getting hosed.
He's showing very clear frustration. He's banging his hands on the table when his attorney can't present a simple video. It's
My favorite is the part where it gets you see
not
Jordy
only was the
LaForge here.
animation so poor, but it glitched and just froze up.
My favorite part's Jordy LaForge here with his glasses, dude. What the hell, man? Kim Iverson shows me this video, and I'm like, I can barely not laugh when I'm staring at this guy. Like, what is he wearing, dude? What are you wearing, my man? How can you wear this on a video? Like, seriously. I'm wearing button-down shirts. My dude's got the Jordy LaForge glasses going on.
So again,
They
we're-
show
Thing was
like
supposed to
this
be
is
not-
this isn't even a joke. This is literally their whole recreation. This is literally their whole recreation right here. That's it. This is it right here. This 5 seconds of video.
Is this what the jury just saw?
That's their whole recreation.
I'm gonna-
Unbelievable.
That's
Get
the
this
whole
man to
thing.
the holodeck.
Unfortunately, yes, that is not what
Get him to the
whole thing was
holodeck.
supposed to be.
Not only was the animation so poor, but it glitched
If I had
and
any
just
respect for
froze
the
up.
corridor crew, which
So
I really
again, we only
didn't,
saw like 5 or 6
whatever
seconds
minimum
worth of
respect
video.
I had was
But it was
was
crazy.
lost
It was
on that day.
absolutely crazy.
Anyway,
named J.J. Thompson.
anyway. Jesus, man.
In the year
Too funny, man.
1897.
Too funny.
That was when the electron was discovered. And believe it or not, if we do the subtraction here, look at this. It's 150 years. For 150 years of electric research, we were able to figure out a lot of really good things, assigning current
What is this math?
going in
he's
the
doing over here?
opposite direction of electrons in metal. And it's all okay. It's all okay. One of the questions that's often asked by new students is, well, why don't we switch it around so the current points this way? Why don't we assign an electron? Why don't we make current go this way?
Yeah, why not? I don't get it. Why does current go the other way?
So why didn't we just switch it around? Well, we had 150 years of experience, and now we've actually had another 120 since the discovery of the electron. And we've managed to get by with this. We have not chosen to do it. One of the reasons we don't do it is because it would basically, it would be a big mess. Imagine if, for instance, say in the United States, we decided, oh, driving on the right side of the street is the wrong side of the street. We want to all drive on the left. Imagine the chaos that would cause. Now, before we made the change, everybody managed to get where we're going, and after the change, everybody would get there going. But the changeover
So we don't change it
would
because it's
be
like
just
driving on the wrong side of the
so
road?
costly. And the same thing with electricity. We can do perfectly well
Electricity
talking
always
about
comes in
current
these bags,
going
isn't it?
the direction of a positive charge, just like we did here with the positive sodium going in this direction. This is actually how electricity is conducted in your body. So it's not uncommon to have positive charge moving around. That's the definition of current in a nutshell.
Okay, it doesn't explain anything to me, but sure. Voltage time. Let's do a few more.
Voltage is one of the most important quantities and ideas in electricity. And in this video,
That's a
we're going
short
to
one.
develop a intuitive feeling for what voltage means. But it has to do with potential energy of electrical charges. And that's what we're going to cover here. Is we're not going to do a derivation, but we are going to do a intuitive description of what voltage means. We're going to start with an analogy to gravity. Gravity and voltage are really similar ideas.
Well, so you guys can see.
I'm going to draw a mountain here. Here's some mountainside with snow on it.
Ooh, a mountain with snow, guys.
And I'm going to put a mass here. Here's a mass of some mass M. And it was lifted up to the top of the hill somehow by a ski lift, by a mountain climber, something like that. And if I put it on top of the mountain and I let it go, the potential energy that it has is going to be dissipated as kinetic energy. And that mass is going to roll down the hill to here.
All electricity has a magnetic component.
And as it does, it can do some work. It can hit some trees. Let's draw a tree. And it can run into a tree and knock that tree around. It can hit a bear. It can bounce off rocks, all kinds of things. Yep. So that's a mass rolling down a hill. Now, if I draw, this is a way to think about voltage. Think about voltage as being another mountaintop.
My heart belongs to four orbs.
And this time we'll put a battery in here. This is our battery. This is what a battery does for us. It actually.
L, how much does L look like Scarlett Johansson? Oh, okay. Okay, well, you know what?
Builds our mountain. Battery.
L, I have to be careful about beautiful women reaching out to me nowadays.
To the top of the hill.
You know,
so
I have to be
here's an
suspicious. You'll
electron
understand.
coming out of the battery terminal, the negative battery terminal. And if I release this, it is going to roll down the hill.
Bannon.
And eventually it's going to return to the bottom side of the battery. But the same thing, this is the image you have in your head when we hook up a circuit. Along the way, I can put in different circuit components like resistors,
I gotta focus,
or capacitors,
guys.
or anything like that. And I can make this electron do work and bump into things as it goes down.
We're trying to learn science here, friends.
So the amount of voltage here is proportional to the height of this mountain. A high voltage is a high mountain, and a low voltage is a low mountain. The electrons are pushed out the top by the battery, roll down to the bottom, doing work along the way, and this is where we do our circuit design.
Interesting. So the higher voltage, the more
That's
power, or however you want to think of it, in terms of the electrons flying through.
And we do our circuit design and study over here.
I don't know about
so this is a pretty good analogy for thinking about voltage as you begin to build your circuits.
Sorry, what was the chat saying? It's going to take up to 4 years before Ashton has the knowledge level to accurately be able to intellectually weigh on electrical engineering. That's just a BA. Nah, we're going to do it a lot faster than that.
Next time.
It's not going to take us 4 years, guarantee you that. Maybe if you're in Mensa, it takes 4 years.
When we start to study electricity, we need to get an idea of what is current and what is voltage. And in 2 earlier videos, I talked about the idea of current and voltage.
These videos are pretty fast, so it's not bad.
Current and voltage.
No, does anyone know Ashton from childhood? Nah, I never had a childhood. Nobody knows me from childhood. I'm actually waiting for some of my like high school or whatever friends or college friends to message me and be like, "Hey, I saw you in Alex Jones." So I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet.
And what they meant. And when we talked about current,
I'm kind of happy it hasn't though.
It's easiest to describe current when we talk about wires. Let's
People
say we
are
have
talking
a
about me
copper
all
wire.
over Reddit, and it's pretty wild. And for the record, I don't care.
We talked about a copper wire, and inside it there was electrons in it, and they have a negative charge. We know they have a negative charge, and if we put a voltage on them, those electrons would move in some direction like that. So if I put a plus
the higher the
voltage
voltage, the
here,
faster the electrons are going to move,
minus
folks.
voltage over here, the electrons are repelled by the minus voltage, and they're attracted to the positive.
Yeah, I want to address this question. UFO Net says, why was Jonas concerned with debunking the video? Why would he care to say, yeah, I took that pic. Now let me get back to taking clear pics through Windows. Why is he making a video about how the clouds match? Why was Jonas making a video within a few hours? You get emailed by a random nutter who says, hey man, everyone's going to care about you now. And now you go and start making videos matching clouds? Make a 20-minute video matching clouds within just a couple hours. This is the thing that bugged me about Jonas. Everything else about him seems straightforward. But Jonas needs to delete his video. If he's not going to accept the reward, he needs to delete his video. If he's not going to sign a statement saying that everything he said is true, he needs to delete his video ASAP. Because if he doesn't delete his video, then it seems like he has dishonest intent. That's the thing. If he doesn't want to be bothered, and he doesn't want to have people bothering him about potentially being some kind of spook, he needs to delete his video. We're going to probably have to make a post about this if he doesn't delete his video. In fact, I might have to message him. So, is there a way I can show this without revealing my DMs? I'm going to show you guys so that you guys know that I'm messaging Jonas about this, because I don't want there to be any misstatements or anything about what I've done here. Okay. Just to make sure everybody realizes I'm not threatening anybody here or anything like that, so I'm just going to read it out loud for the chat. Hey, man, I'm going to have to make a post about how weird it is that you aren't deleting your video while not accepting $10,000, where all you were told to do is sign a statement saying that you aren't making anything up. It seems dishonest that your video has nearly 1 million views, and you made that knowing nothing about the case while admitting that you know the corridor crew. If you want this to go away, the easiest thing would be to delete that video. Otherwise, it looks like you have dishonest intent. I have to be honest. Why would you make a video matching the clouds like that at all? I certainly wouldn't be doing that if I received an honest email like you did. That's the last thing in my mind would be getting directly involved. So that's my message to Jonas, just in case anyone tries to make anything up about how I'm threatening somebody or anything like that, which people love to do for some reason. So you guys have seen it. It's on the chat. We'll see how Jonas responds. It's middle of the day for Jonas, right? We'll see how he responds to that. Anyway, let's go back to our science. I have to agree with the chat on this one. It just seems really weird, man. Seems really weird.
Voltage. That is called an electron current. So talking about current in terms of what's actually happening inside a wire makes some sense. It's easier to understand current and that these electrons are moving around. And whenever we talk about this, we'll talk about it specifically that there's an electron.
Yeah, for the record, it's middle of the day for Jonas right now, so it's not nighttime or anything like that. He's in Japan. So he showed me pictures of him being in Japan.
Current going on here. Now, at the same time, what I said in that video, and I'll say again, is the convention for describing current is this. This is called the conventional current
I was going to say, why are we talking about
direction.
electric current like this when current's going the opposite way, man? This is just confusing, dude.
The convention we've had for hundreds of years is that current is the direction that a positive charge would move if there was a positive charge there. So whenever we talk about current from now on, it'll always be conventional current. And in fact, we don't even need to mention conventional anymore. It's just current. Current is the direction that positive charges would move. If we ever talk about electron current, then we'll use the word electron current. Now, as a reminder, when we talked about voltage...
Holy shit, guys. I managed to find the pirated complete collection of CG textures from a site called CG Peers. Only torrent from 2008 is active. I checked all the Sky files, the set pictures recently shared by Jonas. They're all missing from the collection. Holy crap, folks. Now we've got multiple people who have been searching. We found one from 2014 that was also missing Jonas's pictures. This is getting too creepy, folks. And Ken also, let's check for ourselves. Ken checked the archives, and they're not there either. And for the record, Ken and I don't even see eye to eye, okay? So we both don't like liars, though. I don't know, this guy. I don't know how this works. Somebody else is going to have to do this. I'm going to put this in chat for somebody. Can somebody in chat confirm this for me? The fact that these pictures are not there is pretty damn weird. For sure. Well, Ethan, why don't you go ahead and prove us wrong, Ethan? Go ahead and prove us wrong. I just put the thing in the chat for you, bud. Sounds like you're having a lot of mental delusions tonight, my man. Why don't you tell us more about how many crashes there are per year? Wow. This is a complete collection and it doesn't have the pictures in it? Wow. 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 This is pretty damn weird, guys. This is getting pretty damn weird. We might be having to make a post here. If this debunk falls apart, guys, we are not accepting any debunks unless it's literally the person who hoaxed the videos with proof that they have the source content. That's the only way. After this bullshit, there's nothing I can believe after this. This is wild, man. How can these pictures not be in the archive? How can they not be in random torrents that people have of literally every picture? The file, look at the file sizes on these guys. 105 gigabytes. 37 gigabytes for the full collection. How are the pictures not in there? That's literally every picture from their whole website. And all of a sudden, the only ones missing are Ethan's pictures that are supposedly the ones that debunk our videos? That's pretty freaking weird, man. Well, it seems pretty easy. If you think the videos are fake, then you need to find the hoaxer,
This was
man.
built up by analogy.
Find the hoaxer.
Analogy was to
yeah, of course there's no hoaxer, guys, because the videos are real.
Down a mountaintop. So here's our mountain.
That's why nobody's looking for the hoaxer, because they know there isn't one out there to find. They're not wasting their time because they know that you're never going to find a hoaxer.
Remember this? And I built a battery or another voltage source like this.
If people are honest, the only thing they will be looking for is the hoaxer so that they can get their $150,000. Instead of trying to find random cloud pictures, there's no freaking way anyone's going to find, oh, this cloud looks exactly like this cloud. You give me a break, dude. Give me a break.
And we said that what a
Completely
battery does
unbelievable.
is it pumps out energetic electrons, and they go down a hill, roll downhill, and go back into the positive terminal of the battery. And when we design circuits, what we do is we put stuff in the way of this electron on his path, and this is where we build our circuits.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
the electron current is going in this direction here, down the hill.
The electrons
The
are flying.
conventional current direction, or the current direction, is this way. So now I'm going to redraw my circuit in my battery. I'm going to flip the battery around it until the positive terminal is on the top. And I'll put my circuit over on the side over here, like this.
I might need another martini for this, folks. It might be a late night, folks.
There's my circuit that
Late
I just
Saturday
built.
night.
Let's connect those circuits
Yeah, if anything
up
happens
like
to me, by the way, then you know
that.
everything's true.
This is the plus side
Obviously,
of
I'm
the
not
battery.
suicidal,
This is
but
the
I'm
minus
not, just in
side.
case anybody
The plus side goes
bullshit.
with the long bar, and the minus side goes with the short bar there. And the current direction here, the conventional current
So
direction,
current
or
should
just
be going
plain
that way,
current
yeah.
direction,
Wait, that's regular current.
is in that direction, out of the positive
Electron current's
and
gonna
back
go the
into
other
the
way.
negative. From now
This
on,
is
this
so
is what we
confusing.
mean by current. And we know that the electrons are in here. They're heading
The
around
electrons are
this
flowing
way,
this
like
way, though.
that. But that's okay. This is the nomenclature for conventional current or just plain current.
This is gonna be confusing as hell, man. This current crap's gonna be super confusing. Why do they have to mess this around and have this going like the wrong way? Yeah, what I like is that people will say that confirmation bias, but people that are looking at clouds saying that this debunks stuff, it's like, oh, well, that's confirmation bias. Hey, Ethan, what do you think we could end the homeless crisis if we had power, that infinite power? I think so. It's funny that people would try to say that, what, you're trying to make some bullshit about me not being prepared for the homeless crisis is literally what I care about, man, the most in this world. Yeah, obviously I haven't listened to anything I've been saying. Where's the science? Where be thou doth thou science down here? We'll save this video for later. Whoever just messaged me that. Old shoe. Well, I'll save that for a little bit later. Thank you. Probably tomorrow. Blah, 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 blah. You guys want to chill for a second while I make another martini, or... Should I play a video for you guys? Do you guys think that we got a copyright strike for that? I really have no idea, man. I'll play a video for you guys while I'm making a martini real quick. Kind of surprised Kim.com hasn't hit me back with this yet. This is pretty weird, man, what's going on with all this stuff. Wait, where was that link? Where was that link at? Uh-oh. Where was that link, folks? Damn, that's not it. Oh, here it is. Okay, we're saving this into our message. What we should save this as? Fake cloud debunk? Cloud debunk bullshit. Let's call it cloud debunk bullshit, guys. Let's save it to our desktop. Put that over here. Let's look at a few more messages, chat. We're looking under landscapes, aerials. Okay. I work all in on videos being real, but turns out Jonas was also working for heavy VFX studios at the exact same time. Yeah, no, there's no, I wish there was somebody who would come out, be great. If they could just prove, bring all the source files, telling us how they knew what the Cyber system and MQ-1C Gray Eagles looked like, that'd be pretty sweet. Why they faked these videos of MH370, how they happen to corroborate the real events and location, that'd be real sweet. What? What is this? Oh, hello. Okay. Which one's Ronald Pandolfi? This douchebag? Oh, Ron, we got you, buddy. We got you, buddy. Oh, yes. Yeah, give just FYI, anything you guys can find on Ronald Pandolfi, give it to me. I want everything on this spook. This guy's a literal CIA operative. I want everything on this guy. Everything you can find me about Ronald Pandolfi, find it. We're going to drag these CIA spooks who are discrediting the case straight into the open. No more hiding, these little spooks. No more hiding, boys. I want everything on these guys. I want to know everything about this guy, his life, everything he's ever done. Oh, well, I showed DM, so that's okay. I don't like spooks, and I don't like when the CIA is messing with our case. Who are these guys? Copy these guys too. Where am I? I got a channel created just for this, and I'm saving all this stuff in. You know what? In fact, Ronald Pandolfi's getting his own channel. I hope he's watching this right now too. If he's watching, you're not as half as smart as you think you are, Ronald. Best thing you can do is admit the truth about these videos. I have a feeling he's one of those egotistical people that will think he can just take down anyone he wants to. This is getting spicy, boys. John Alexander is the guy in the middle on that picture. Okay, got it. We're gonna figure out who John Alexander is as well. I bet you these are some old spooks who think that they're untouchable and think they can just do whatever the hell they want. I guarantee it. This guy over here is John Alexander on the left. This one's got to be Ronald Pandolfi right here. This guy right here. This is his wife right here. It looks like she's about 12 years old. Yeah, okay, I get it. This is Ronald Pandolfi. Got it. Got it. Smells like some rats to me. Oh, they're sneaky. They're sneaky. I bet you, if I had to guess who was in charge of planning fake pictures, you're staring at him. Good luck, Ethan. They already figured it out. If you don't think I've been under attack 24/7 for the last 7 months, like, go look at Reddit. Go look at Reddit, man. That's why I'm talking about dragging these guys into the limelight. Let's see if we can find anything else real quick. Sorry we're getting distracted here. I want to be friends with this guy. You guys ready for meme time? I'm going to leave this one for you guys while I make a martini real quick. Oh, I already found out about stuff about Ronald Pandolfi, man. Alexander's Army CIA. Yeah, I like this Grant Cameron guy. I was already following him, so that's a good sign. It's a real good sign. Okay, AFK 5 minutes, folks. We're going hard tonight. We're going to be going for another hour. It's going to be a late night. Okay, chat. It's that time of the night, chat. This is the time of the night where I talk shit about Jack Sarfati. That's who we're looking at on the screen right now. So this Jack Sarfati guy is also a spook connected to these other spooks. And he's also a nut job who thinks that he has superpowers and that the government hired him as a young age because he's some kind of X-Men or something with superpowers. And he thinks he got messages from the future, psychic messages from the future. This is actually true, guys. This is actually true. Also, he hates dogs as well. He literally hates dogs. And he thinks that Uri Geller has psychic powers. Like, these are the kind of spooks that we're dealing with. Yeah, where's my pup? Where's my dog? You fluffy. She's chilling. She's chilling. We're good. She's chilling. This dude hates dogs, man. Just Jack Sarfati is like the literal worst human being on the face of the earth right after Mick West. I sent this dude a message being like, hey, man, I appreciate you. I think we could get along. Like, you want to help me with some of the science? And his response is like, you're an idiot. What the fuck? And I'm sitting there like, who are you? I'm like, who even are you, dude? I'm like, can you just be like a cool guy? Nope. I'm going to be a jackass. And I Google this guy. And this every single time I have like people be dickheads to me, and I look them up, they're always some nut job. Like always some nutter. Like the orb guy who's like talking about how he's an orb expert. And I do read a review on his book, and it turns out he's just like a total nut job. Or like Jack Sarfati, and I figure out like, oh, he thinks he's some kind of X-Men who's got like psychic powers and shit. I'm like, dude, what is wrong? How is every single person who's like these main detractors? How is this guy even in the CIA? No wonder our government's like so screwed, man. No wonder the U.S. government's so screwed, man. Hey, Ethan, I hope you're having a good night, man. Hope you're having a good night. I'll probably never get into Mensa. John Alexander's all over the invisible college. I might have to make a thing for John Alexander. No, I don't judge anybody either. Like I don't care if people are nut jobs, but I asked him for help, and then he acts like a jackass to me. I mean, I'm fine. I'll show the DMs. I don't give a crap. I'll show the DMs, guys. Guys, I always carry the receipts. I always carry the receipts. And then I just all I do is just Google people. Like it's not like I have special powers. I just Google people, and you find a bio where he's literally talking about how he thinks he has psychic powers. Like, I think I have psychic powers, and also I think Uri Geller, who's bending spoons, has psychic powers too. Jesus, man. You guys know the old saying that people that live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones? Like that's yeah. Exactly. Just don't throw stones when you live in a glass house, man. If you think you got psychic messages for the future and that you're some kind of special X-Men who gets recruited by the CIA to look into weird psychic stuff, like don't go dissing on what other people believe, man. It's the same as the people that believe in magnetic rocks and talking aliens talking to them saying that science isn't legit. It's like, oh, you believe in macroscopic quantum coherence? Well, you're crazy. I'm going to go talk to my alien friend now. And just to be honest, I don't care about people that talk to aliens. Yeah, it's kind of like also like TJ, our favorite person. We haven't talked to TJ in a while, man. He's been afraid to, I think, jump onto the streams with us, but it's like the Skinwalker Ranch people saying we have no evidence. It's like, dude, you're Skinwalker Ranch. Like, tell me about the dog man smoking cigarettes some more, man. Jesus. Sorry, guys. We're at that portion of the stream where I just rip on people while I'm stuffing blue cheese olives. We're almost done. And then we'll get back to the science. When I asked Jonas to delete his video, he says it would be weird if he deleted the video. Why would that be weird? I mean, it would discredit the debunkers, but it's not going to be weird. It's weirder that he doesn't delete the video while not accepting $10,000, in my opinion. It's really weird that he's not accepting $10,000. Like, hey, I made a debunk video from my pictures, and you're being offered 10 grand. All you have to do is sign a statement that says you're not lying. Nope, I don't want to accept that. But I'm happy to get the million impressions. No, I'm definitely not sweating. It takes a lot. What if the orbs hit a flapper on? Oh, you're being serious. Maybe. Yeah, the memes, dude. The memes. Whoa, wait, what? What the fuck? What? John and his wife Victoria. She looks like about 30 years too young for him. Well, John Alexander, If you're also a spook and you're also out there, welcome to my list. I knew there'd be more. We'll make a new channel for you too. Every one of these spooks is going to get dragged into the light. The more they come after us, the more they make some fake bullshit debunks, the more we're coming after them. If we find out that this debunk was falsified by the government, oh my God, am I gonna... not gonna be happy. The funny part is, like, if all this stuff was true, I wouldn't even talk crap about the people who've been talking crap about us. I just don't care about them. Like, when you win, guys, one of the things in sports is that when you win a game, you should act like you've been there before, you know? Act like you've been there before. Act like you've won a game before. The people that were trying to tap on our grave yesterday, like, those are people who have never had a win in their life. They're just losers, right? Never had a win in their life. They're so excited. Yo, yes, we won! Right? All my flaps of serial numbers. Weird. Weird. Ethan, I was just memeing on you, bud. I don't care about you at all, my man. You seem like you're a little bit obsessed with me while you're watching me in my channel, but I don't mind, man. You're good entertainment. Okay. Sorry, guys. One more blue cheese. I'll have this stuff, and then we're good to go. Yeah, you got to act like you've been in the end zone before, man. It's a good lesson for people that have never had a W in their life. Act like you've been there before. You know what blows me away about the internet in general? Is how many people are just absolute losers, man. Absolute losers. Like, they've never had a win in their whole lives, man. Like, full-blown adults acting like little children. Right? Like, acting like little children. You know, and what I'll say is, I didn't get along with UFO Shane at first. I thought he had a lot of problems in his life. But at least he's honest, man. At least he's honest. At least he's an honest guy and speaks what he really believes, you know? I respect that. I respect when people just actually speak what they really believe and they don't lie, even if it's not, even if it's something I don't agree with. Okay, blue cheese olives have been stuffed. Okay, what do we got going on in chat here? Yeah, I still have that security clearance, as of now at least. I don't know what's going to happen when I have to renew it in like a year or so. We'll see. I don't even care. If I lose a security clearance, I'd be able to do drugs. That'd be nice. Maybe I'll do whatever the DMTs and whatever they're called. DSPs. Whatever the ones that are supposed to make you have, see things. I don't know. Maybe Jack Sarfati can tell me which are the right ones I gotta do to have the psychic powers. I was in a, I was in a stream with the Alien Addict guys. I'm going to do another stream. I'm going to do another stream with Alien Addict again tomorrow because those are my favorite guys. And I love how they brought up the drugs and how like drugs can make you, I don't know, open your mind or something like that. And I'm like, what is, I don't know if it was DMT. Is it DMT? DMT? And he says it like dimethyltrilysozones or whatever it is. And I'm like, yo, you said that a little bit too quick. you gotta pretend like you don't know what it is right away. Is it DMT? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't do drugs. Is Q-Star on posting on Twitter? I don't want to get Q-Star on killed. I don't know if he's a memer or not. I can't really decide. He might be straddling the line just so that people don't take him seriously. I'm not sure. Oh, what's this? Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty weird, man. Did anyone get a hold of this weird 6-day-old account? Let's figure out who this guy is. I don't mean to like dox him. I just mean like if he wants a $10,000 reward for his amazing efforts in somehow finding these pictures, please tell us how he did so. Maybe he can detail exactly how he found the pictures. Was he like the Rain Man? He's the Rain Man out there. Just, these clouds look the same. I don't know, guys. Uh-oh, what's this? What's all this? Uh-oh. Oh, somebody found a match. Yeah, but this is not in our videos right here. This is not the same one. This is clearly not in our videos, so that doesn't matter. Boom, 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 boom. So wait, one of the other raws was found, but not the ones that we need? If that's true, this is gonna get wild, dude. Wow. This is gonna get wild, man. I keep, like, my heart keeps sinking thinking, like, there's gonna find the picture, but they're not finding it. This is getting freaking weird, man. It's getting hard not to make a post. Nah, I kind of want to chill now. I don't know what the hell's going on, man. I really don't know what the hell is going on. Oh, wait, where's the Q starting on? This one? Wait, no. This Q starting on one? Because I talked to Jonas and he's not, I don't think he messed with it. I like these people like, oh, the CIA, whatever, faked the video. Okay, well, where's the plane, bro? Where's the plane? Right? Yeah, we'll probably post tomorrow. Oh, somebody said to be careful asking questions about John Alexander. Oh, well, that just makes me want to dig into him even more. Yeah, if you're on here, John Alexander, Ron Pandolfi, I got folders already set up for you, buddy. I got folders set up. We're going to find out everything there is to know about you. Who's this? Who's this? Yes, you saw I played Diablo 4. You guys got me. Start with this one, I suppose. Oh man, 1%. Okay, this better go faster than I want than that. Read UFO to God to learn about what Alexander is doing right now with orbs. Interesting. What was Ashley saying? I like Ashley. Crack me up, Ashley. What, something about absence of evidence? What about 12? What about 13 pages of evidence? What about 13 pages of evidence? What about a plane not crashing into the plane crashing in the South Indian Ocean can't leave a debris field? What about that logic? Pretty sure there's no way I can be a spook if I'm just revealing my DMs and my hard drive and all my videos and the crappy Blizzard games that I play or played once upon a time. Okay, sorry guys, I'm getting distracted. Okay, we're gonna come back to this, close that out. Let's do some more science, friends. Okay, what else we got? Yeah, we're burning that midnight oil tonight. I got a solid martini here, so we're gonna be up for at least another 45 minutes. We might have to play some video games later on, not tonight, but at some point. We got 13 pages of evidence, guys, but somebody magically found some cloud pictures in 20 minutes because they're the Rain Man. And then instead of just posting it under their real name, they messaged some guy and told him that he should post it under his name using a burner email account so it couldn't be traced back to them. That's not suspicious. Meanwhile, we're going to look up all these CIA spooks and figure out who the hell they are. Okay. Let's do some science. Okay. Oh, I don't like math, guys. I don't want math. What's all this math here? Preparing to study electrical engineering math. Ooh, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay. I think we can skip this part. Okay, the concept of electricity arises from observation. Yep, that's good. We observe force, like gravity, at acts at a distance. The sources of force, okay, named charge. So I think, was it Banner who was in the chat basically saying that maybe electricity, you have to think of it as like a field? Makes sense. So electric charge is very powerful. Opposites attract, like charges repel. Interesting. Conductors and insulators. This is probably going to be important. I don't know. It's going to be hard to... Oh, yeah. We might have to do Maxwell's equations next. We might have to dig into Maxwell's equations if this is it. It's going to be hard to do electrical engineering without math. You guys are 100% correct on that. Oh, I missed the Ronald Pandolfi chat message. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There it is. Sorry, guys. I got to post some image. Oh, we already had those. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. Nice. We already got channels for Ronald Pandolfi info. Good, good, good. I imagine that doesn't make them very happy. But neither does fake debunks of pictures that appear out of nowhere for us. It's cool, man. It's probably just all fake. So in that case, the CIA has nothing to worry about. I mean, if the CIA is messing with us and messing with these videos, then I guess they'd be really upset. And let's be honest, guys, the Chinese have already figured out these videos, okay? I mean, we've been blowing them up for months. We've been blowing these videos up for months. If the Chinese haven't figured these videos out, then they're just not in the same level we're at. I got nothing against Chinese people. I mean, come on, man. Who cares? Uh-oh. Maxwell's equations make calculus look easy. Okay, conductors are made of atoms whose outer or valence electrons have relatively weak bonds to their nuclei. Okay. When a bunch of metal atoms are together, they gladly share their outer electrons with each other, creating a swarm of electrons not associated with a particular nucleus. A very small electric force can make the electron swarm move. Guys, this is creepy. This is like a superconductor, right? So we can create a superconductor if we have the right metals. It's not going to require a metamaterial. Copper and lead create LK99. Is lead a conductor? It helps. It feels like we have like the cheat sheet, you know? I need to know about pointing vectors, and I don't know why you spell it with a Y. Is that like a troll thing, or is that actually like right? Pointing vectors. Is that right? Pointing vectors? No, N. Oh, N's on the other side. Pointing vectors. Gotta learn about that. Arvin Ash for Maxwell's equations. Is that how you spell it? Guys, we're gonna figure out some freaking science, folks. Sometimes it takes 6 months for conspiracy to become a fact. I agree. I need some more conspiracies because all my conspiracies keep coming true. Okay. We're going hard tonight, chat. There's a lot of people here. I didn't even post on Twitter. People are probably wondering why I'm not posting on Twitter. Well, because I'm drinking martinis, eating apples, and chatting with 200 of my best friends. Huh. This is getting interesting, guys. So we should remember what Salvatore Pais, Bob Greenier, Dave Rossi, and what Roy D. Herbert told us, right? The electron clouds around the atom stretch and deform in response to the force, but the electrons do not depart. But what if there's certain conditions where they do? What if certain conditions allow them to depart? And if that's true, is that how we create a superconductor? Is that how we create the macroscopic quantum coherence? Electric force can always be turned up high enough to rip electrons away. This is how we create superconductivity, even for insulators. This is what happens to air molecules when you see a spark. So if we spark something, the electrons are being ripped away. Wow. Wow, is that the Schwinger limit or whatever it's called? Wait. Yeah, the Schwinger limit. Yo, Dan Clark, tell me some more. Schwinger limit. Is that how you spell it? I'm not a good speller when I'm drinking. There's an H. Interesting. So the electrons are less prone to move, but you can force them. This is something that Dave Rossi told me as well, is that, what do you say? You can create a superconductive property with anything. This might be how you can turn a plane into a macroscopic quantum coherence event. Semiconductor. So a semiconductor is somewhere between the two. Silicon. Our ability to finely control the insulating and conducting properties. Governed by theories of quantum mechanics. Well, this is interesting. Let's copy this. Currents flows opposite to the electrons. I thought current was Q. Drinking this martini might be a mistake, folks. It's interesting. Table salt will make it become a current. So electrons drift. Okay. Sorry if I'm not hitting all the chat messages. The key for these crafts isn't superconductive. It's the insulation properties. Yeah, no, I'm with you, TH600 Mike. There's definitely a combination of the insulating properties as well as the superconductive properties here. Please keep the right-hand rule of electrical flow. I don't know what this stuff means, guys. You gotta talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Hutchinson effect, okay. Guys, this is getting good. We're gonna learn some stuff. I'm excited about this. Hey, Ashley, you're on fire apparently. Plus, I don't know, party time? Play some Christmas music? Okay. I'm gonna play some Christmas music. Christmas music. I'm pretty sure this isn't copyrighted either, so it's like double win. Have a little Christmas music while we do a little bit of hopefully that it's not too loud. Let me make sure I didn't miss any chats. A gamma ray hit my newly fertilized egg. Now I'm in Mensa. Ashley, you're brutal, Ashley. I could just block Ethan out of here, but I'm actually enjoying his presence. Okay, TH600 Mike, I'm liking what you're saying here. It's very hard to have an insulator not break down at such incredible voltages. That's what makes Roswell materials very special. So the materials I think were what? Bismuth, zinc, and magnesium. Bismuth, zinc, magnesium. Sorry, I'm just thinking, chat. So if you have a super powerful insulator, like what if bismuth is the answer, right? Where it's the one that's in between. And what if that one's so powerful that it allows for the superconductive properties on the outside? And then the insulator doesn't break down. Interesting. Maybe it's a combination. Now I'm thinking. Really interesting. Bismuth has the highest what does diamagnetism really mean, though? I feel like the DoD is going to be knocking on my door pretty soon. We're advancing our understanding of electrical engineering really quickly here. Silica dioxide. So silicon plus 2 oxygens. Piezoelectric effects. I'm already starting to understand stuff. Yeah, thin alternating layers of bismuth, zinc, and magnesium. It's starting to already make sense to me. We're not going to be able to get through all this tonight, guys. We can only learn so much science in one night at 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning, whatever time it is. Whatever time it is locally for you guys. As you apply a magnetic field to it, the resistance increases. Should we drop a magnet through a copper tube? Well, this is going to be sweet. Hope you guys are ready for this, chat. I'm going to pause the music.
Hold on, am I running? Okay, we're going. Yeah.
Let me guess, it's going to stop? Yeah. Holy crap, that's weird.
Do that again.
Wow.
That is.
Wow. Wait, what?
Hold on, am I running? Okay, we're going. Yeah. Wow. Do that again. That is.
Holy crap. Why did it show some Tim Pool thing at the end?
Hold on, am I running? Okay, we're going. Yeah.
We don't need sound for this. Why is there a Tim Pool thing show up? What is this? Is this right now? Is this the coolest thing ever? Why is this happening? It's getting slowed down. For some reason, I feel like I'm looking at something very important here. For some reason, I feel like I know about Ken Wheeler, but I can't decide what I think about Ken Wheeler. I've got to try not to judge people. So when you apply a magnetic field, the resistance increases. So that would mean that, does copper have a high diamagnetic property? The resistance is increasing. So is copper highly diamagnetic? Yeah, it is. Lead is one as well. Oh. So maybe there is something to LK99. What if you add bismuth to it? They repel magnetic fields. Bismuth, folks. Charged objects move in response to electrical and magnetic forces. Current actually isn't about meters per second. That's really interesting. It's not about speed. So that would make me think it's more like a field. Hold on, I gotta see if there's any ScarJos messaging me. Feels bad. No ScarJos. Feels bad, guys. No ScarJos. Bismuth is the only material that does not plateau this effect from thermal or magnetic input. When you say it doesn't plateau, it means it just can the effect can keep getting stronger and stronger. Wow. I'm going to copy this. This seems relevant. Feels like we're understanding something here. Feels like I'm learning something. Yeah, I feel like I missed out. Like I shouldn't have slept through so many physics classes, guys. Oh, man. The capacitive charge. Oh, well, if somebody has 300,000 YouTube subscribers, obviously they know exactly what they're talking about. Just a joke. Yeah, this is TH Mike. How to warp space-time basically just through voltage. Seems to make sense. Laws of inversion. I'm going to write that one down. I feel like I'm going to definitely knock over my drink here. I feel like I've already learned like a whole semester's worth of school here in just the last hour or two. Damn, bismuth is that much stronger? So bismuth is the money, right? LK99 is a combination of copper and lead, which is interesting because both of them are highly diamagnetic. Where there's electricity, there's always magnetism. Am I going to get into Walter Russell? I don't know. Definitely feels like we are onto something here. Getting excited. Damn, Ashley, going hard. Don't ever talk to me again, Ethan. Love it. Ethan's getting brutalized in the chat. Feel bad. He probably likes the attention. Oh, let's play the music. I don't know what they did with the people, guys. I wish I knew. I can speculate, but I don't know what happened with the people on board the plane. If you guys want me to speculate, I'll pause the thing real quick. I think that China knew and figured out what happened, and then they held the United States over a barrel over it and said, I mean, what's China going to do, though? What are they gonna do? Like, oh, the United States orbed the plane. Like, what if China comes out and is like, the United States orbed the plane, guys? Like, everyone's gonna go, okay, China, you're nuts, right? No one's gonna believe that shit. So it's like, you might as well. They pretty much just try to get their people back, right? And then just, yeah, who knows? I've got to figure out what exactly entanglement is. Hey, Jimmy, you saw a shooting star. Sweet. Damn, Ethan. You want to be wrong again, Ethan? My man. Uh-oh. 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 Here's what's been found. 2017. Is that 20 pieces? That doesn't look like 20 pieces to me, guys. Does that look like 20 pieces to you? That looks like 3 pieces. This is definitely not... They did not find a huge piece like this. I guarantee you. If they found a huge piece like this, it would have been on the front page. They basically found some tiny parts. Even if you add all this stuff up, it's under 1% of the plane. They found 3 tiny pieces. This flaperon is not nearly as big. This is like 6 feet across, this flaperon right here. This plane is huge, man. They found basically no plane whatsoever. No plane. But the tiny amounts that they did find are consistent with the fire event. In fact, some of them have burn marks on them. Feels bad, Ethan. Wrong again. Where's the parts that... Look at the... Is this the one with the burn marks on it? This one? I think it might be. That's a ruler right there. Or this one right here that they found with the Rolls-Royce engine logo. Byfield Brown effects. I've heard about it actually. I've heard about the Byfield Brown effect. I think I wrote a tweet about it. I don't remember which one it was. It was in, I think, the Meissner. I think it was in my science piece on the Meissner effects, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, Thomas Townsend Brown. Yeah, I did read about it. Which, guys, does anyone remember who's been following for a while? It was like 2 months ago where I did my science pieces. I think it's the Meissner effect one. You guys ready for this? Jeez, I got a lot of videos, guys. I have a lot of videos. Hold on. Uh-oh. Superconductivity. Uh-oh. Meissner effect. Uh-oh. Floating rocks. Who's into floating rocks again? Look at this thing. Just literally floating, man. Floating over a magnet. Room temperature rock floating over a magnet. That's pretty neat, man. You want a hoverboard? There you go. There it is. There's your hoverboard. Hoverboard. Look at that thing. The magnet's on the side of it. Anyone want to see some flux pinning? Guys, Ethan can't be wrong. He's in Mensa, guys. Guys, he can't be wrong. He's in Mensa. Guys, let's go look at our piece called Debunking the Debris. This one's for you, Ethan. Okay. We're getting sidetracked. We're getting sidetracked. Yeah, that was a magnet, Rustum. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. So I'll do a little commentary. This is a magnet in this guy's hand right here. And so this magnet here, this is like a, I don't know, microphone or something. This is not relevant. This magnet here is not even below this rock, this LK99. And this is important because if you're experiencing flux pinning, okay, the music's bothering me, hold on. If you have flux pinning, then you can actually move the magnet all the way around it, and the rock will just stay suspended right here, no matter what. And that's why it's important that the magnet's off to the side. We have other ones where the magnet's down below, and a lot of people would ask, well, flip the magnet over the top. Because if you flip the magnet around for the Meissner effect, because what's happening here is that parts of this material are superconductive and other parts are not. So some of the magnetic fields are warping around the rock, and then other ones are going right through it. And what that does is it means it's literally just gets stuck. It floats. It floats in space. Look at that. That's why like it's kind of sticky and then kind of doesn't. It's because parts of it are allowing the magnetic fields to flow through and other parts are not. Just to prove it, they use this circle thing and they show you there's no strings. It's not being held up by a string. God, I would freak out if I had this in front of me. That would be freaking sick. And then just to show you that it's not fake, they just take an actual screw here and they just stick it to it. Like, that's a magnet. Yep, that's a magnet. Wild, man. Yeah, superconductors feel like superconductors feel like cheating. What's this video? Uh-oh, quantum levitation. Here we go, folks. Hermes coming through big time. You guys ready? Yeah, but this is a cooled superconductor, right? A little bit different. But yeah, same idea. It's just stuck in place, right? And again, so he flips it upside down because exactly when you flip it upside down, it's still stuck in place. Because the magnetic fields are flowing around it and just keeping it completely stuck. Now imagine if you could do this at room temperature without having to be at super cooled. Now you can start to enable basically just magic. And imagine if you have like multiple of these that are all in the exact right orientation with one another. Now you can start to amplify their energy and power, or their magnetic fields with one another. Yeah, this is pretty damn cool. Notice how it just sticks right on top of the magnet. Now you're creating your own geodesic, right? You're creating your own gravity field to a degree, or a fake gravity field. Even if you spin it on its side, it stays exactly in place. This is wild, man. I would stare at this like all day. How is there not like 20 people around this guy? What are these other people in the background doing? These are like, hey, can I get my nails done back here? Like, dude, this guy is spinning superconductors around on magnets. Oh, he's going to do it underneath it? Oh, man. How is there not like 50 people around this guy? Do they think it's a magic trick? This is like what, liquid nitrogen or something? Or what's whatever they use to cool stuff, right? I can't remember. Carbon dioxide, something like that? I don't know. Damn, that's sweet. Yeah, man, this is the secrets of the universe we're staring at right here. Good video, man. Good video. Yeah, Ethan, go look for the hoaxer, bud. 150 grand. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. These blue cheese martini or olives are amazing. Yeah, how's the corridor crew not able to recreate the whole thing now that it's so easy? I thought they said it would only take like an hour. Now they even have the assets, man. The energy density limitations that would normally require a compact fusion reaction can be overcome using aerogel designed to hold a vacuum to create a buoyancy. I just saw something on Alien Scientists' page about this. About aerogel. What is aerogel? Sorry we're getting sidetracked, but it's interesting. Whoa. I refuse to click on Wikipedia. Absolutely refuse. What up, Barry?
Is least dense solid. This piece has a mass of just 1.22 grams. That is only a few times the mass of the same volume of air, which kind of makes sense because it is 99.8% air. In fact, some aerogels are so light that if you removed all the air from them, they would be less dense than air. I have long been fascinated by aerogel, so I actually flew out to Aerogel Technologies in Boston to find out why was aerogel invented? How is it made? Why is it such a good thermal insulator? And what is it used for? Okay, we are going to try an experiment to demonstrate the insulating power of aerogel. So over here we have two sets.
TH600 Mike was making Dippin' Dots, guys, using the liquid nitrogen. Was that, it was liquid nitrogen? I've been drinking, so I'm surprised I know as much as I do. Is this another video? Oh yeah, you already showed me this one. I don't get it though. I just don't get it. It's cool, but I don't get it. Onboard vacuum. Wait, where'd my other video go?
Setups, one with a glass petri dish and the other one with aerogel on top. Both are made of silica, but with very different physical structures. We're gonna see how long it takes to melt these chocolate bunnies with a Bunsen
the cube
burner.
and the sphere sighting.
Now to have a look at this experiment, we have a FLIR T1020, which can see temperatures up to 2,000 degrees Celsius.
It's getting pretty hot.
Yeah, you can see that. The glass is getting really hot already. And after just a minute,
it's starting to smoke.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely melting and smoking. Oh yeah, here we go. I would say that that's a phase change.
We've got liquid chocolate situation. We have some smoking bunny. Over here, the bunny is actually sort of melting over, and look, it's sort of tilting to the side.
All right, I think we're gonna call that a melt.
What is that?
Oh, on cue, on cue.
Okay, put it under the aerogel.
Not only did the bunny melt quickly, the petri dish cracked under the thermal expansion. So now let's try the aerogel.
Let me guess, nothing's gonna happen.
So how was aerogel invented?
Back in 1931, a guy named Professor Samuel Kistler had a bet with his colleague, Charles Learned.
Now the bet revolved around jellies, like peanut butter and jelly jellies. Now the thing about jellies is they are actually a combination of liquids and solids. I mean, they're mostly liquid, but it's embedded within this 3D solid structure.
So if you think of a gel like Jell-O, has a skeleton with nano-sized pores that gives it its rigidity, and then that's about 1% of the gel.
So the bet was this: could you remove the liquid from the jelly without affecting...
Whoa. What? They're using aerogel alloys to claim that the orbs in the craft that have been seen are balloons. This explains the February shootdowns. Uh-oh, epiphany time. Whoa. Huh. Is that why they called them balloons? Guys, we're learning some crazy crap right now. This is awesome. I don't even care about making Twitter posts right now. I'm honestly just care more about the science.
The solid structure. I mean, if you just evaporate the liquid out, well, then the solid structure shrinks, because as you remove liquid molecules, they pull on each other and they pull on the solid structure around them, basically crumpling it from the inside. Now, Samuel Kistler solved this problem in two ways. First, he realized you could replace one liquid with another inside the jelly just by washing.
So TH600 Mike, yeah, they've been seen since the 30s, but how much of the ones we're seeing are ours now? I think the ones we shot down were not non-human intelligence. I think that there are China's or Russia's.
Thoroughly, so you could swap out, say, water for alcohol. And then, if you take the jelly and put it in a high-pressure vessel called an autoclave.
By heating it to the high temperature and high pressure point called the critical point of the liquid, that liquid transformed into a semi-liquid, semi-gas called a supercritical fluid.
At this point, there is no longer a distinction between liquid and gas. Those molecules are no longer pulling on each other.
And so once you've depressurized the vessel, that solid skeleton, that 1% of the mass of the gel, is left behind intact, except for where there was liquid in the pores before is now gas. And that solid skeleton, that nanoporous solid, is what we call aerogel.
Wow.
Kistler published his findings in Nature in 1931.
Wow. So they're able to recreate the liquid with
the thermal camera. But coming up on 3 minutes, there's still no sign of melted chocolate.
So we're
going to pull out a thermocouple and just check the temperature underneath the bunny, like underneath the aerogel, and see what the flame temperature is. You can kind of see that the parts of the bunny are getting hot, but it's not the bottom of the bunny, it's all the around the bunny.
Exactly. That convective heat is moving up and around the aerogel.
So you can see the thing is getting red hot.
And by 4 minutes, the bunny's looking a little soft.
Pretty good, though, considering how easy it is to melt chocolate.
Can I put my finger here?
Be careful. It's not that it's hot, it's that it's brittle.
Right.
It's brittle.
But yeah, totally cool to touch, right?
It is. It
Cool
is just
to the
warm
touch?
to the touch.
He made aerogels out of all sorts of things. He made them out of eggs. He made them out of rubber, out of nitrocellulose. And included in there was silica. Actually, right here on the table, I have some examples of some silica gels. This is a wet silica gel. It's kind of rubbery.
This has been an
so
amazing
I can just,
stream, guys.
carve out
This
a
is
piece.
awesome.
It is
Thank you for these links, guys.
7% alcohol inside of its pores, and then the remaining 3% solid is amorphous silica. Just
Can I touch it?
As long as we don't get copyright strike.
It's kind of rubbery, not that strong.
So was I cracking it there, or was it already kind of cracked?
No, it's
whoa.
very easy to break, very crumbly.
The next step is to replace the alcohol in the gel with liquid carbon dioxide.
We're about to see liquid CO2.
Liquid CO2 has the advantage of being non-flammable, plus it's got a low critical temperature.
Open up and
I see it flooding in there.
yeah, it's flooding in. There it goes. Just
Oh,
another
they're
solvent.
flooding it into the
You can clearly see
aerogel.
it's just so much cooler on top. What temperature is it on the bottom?
We're at 600 right now.
600
degrees Celsius.
That's 1250 Fahrenheit right now.
Whoa.
Notice where the bunny is melting. It's melting right
Yeah,
on
aerogel's
that edge
not
where
the answer,
heat's,
but
like the flames
it's
kind of crawling up and over.
Something that can be used, right?
Oh, bunny down.
Well, not a bad result.
Corridor crew already debunked this, guys.
I'm interested in tasting some of this chocolate.
Turns out it was a video games effect all the whole way along, the whole time.
Is it hot?
It's warm.
Warm.
And delicious.
Yeah, we're not seeing it in the orbs.
That was great.
Once the
could be
liquid
something they
CO2 has
use.
filled all the pores of the gel, it's time to take it supercritical.
It was.
Take it easy, Ben.
I would say
Thanks
kind
a
of
lot,
a
man.
spiritual experience the first time that I saw a supercritical fluid. We'll get to do that here.
I love how much you're into these autoclaves.
I love aerogels. To make a supercritical fluid, we can heat this with a hairdryer, actually.
Satellites go east to west. I didn't
As
know
we
that.
approach the critical point, the surface of the
Makes
liquid
sense.
becomes kind
They
of
can go any
blurry.
direction they want.
Weird, huh? That is like weird waves in there.
Yeah.
I'll speed it up so you can watch the surface disappear altogether. You're now looking at the supercritical fluid of CO2.
Wow.
In this state, the CO2 can be vented without affecting the solid structure, and what you're left with is aerogel.
Wow.
If you look at aerogel on a light background, it's
even
almost
see it.
impossible to see because it is pretty transparent.
I
But
can't even see
if
it.
you look at it
Whoa.
on a dark background,
Whoa.
then you can see that it has a slight bluish color. And it's bluish for the same reason that the sky is blue, because all those tiny little nanoscale structures, they scatter the light according to Rayleigh scattering. And the intensity of light scattered is proportional to 1 over wavelength to the power of 4, which means it scatters shorter wavelengths like blue much more than it scatters yellow or red.
And for that reason, aerogel looks opaque in the ultraviolet and transparent in the infrared.
Now, what do you think this would look like if I held it up to the blue sky? What do you think we would see? Would it look ultra blue? No,
See right through it.
It looks yellow. And that's because the aerogel is actually scattering out that blue light, and so what passes through and makes it to our eyes is the longer wavelengths like the yellows and oranges. It's basically the same effect as looking at a sunset.
I want some aerogel,
When you
guys.
see the yellows and oranges of a sunset, it's because the blue light has already been scattered out by the atmosphere
I want
the
some
light had to
aerogels.
pass through before it reached your eyes. So effectively, looking at aerogel
don't
against
care
blue
if people
sky
attack
is
me.
like
Doesn't matter.
looking at a portable sunset.
The nanoscale pores of the aerogel are also what makes
People
it such a
attack you, you
good
must be
thermal
doing something
insulator.
right. What the hell? No commercials, folks. We're not watching Honda commercials here. Yeah, when people attack you, usually it means you're doing something right, guys. Usually it means you're doing something right. People don't give a crap about people that are making up fake stories.
Definitely hot. You might
They give them
think
no
that
attention.
because aerogel is largely comprised of air, like 99% air,
Oh, it's already it's
that it
pretty
has
late.
the same thermal properties as air, but that is not correct. It's actually a better insulator than air is.
That's because the width of the pores is smaller than the distance air molecules travel on average before colliding with something, their so-called mean free path. Hence, it's really difficult for the hot, fast-moving air molecules below the aerogel to diffuse through it and transfer heat to the top of the aerogel.
Yeah, 'cause it
This
gets-
is called the Knudsen effect.
It is so weird because,
Knudsen effect?
you know, you don't expect something that's transparent to block the heat that well, but this really does.
And that's why NASA used aerogel
weird,
insulation on the Sojourner rover,
You wouldn't expect that
Spirit
to be.
and Opportunity, the Curiosity rover, and they plan to use it on future missions to Mars.
Why does it need insulation?
The electronics, because they don't want the electronics to get cold during the cold nights.
So be honest, they're definitely using these aerogels. You kidding me? Something that's that
Mars.
powerful?
NASA
100%.
has also put
course
aerogel
they're
to
using
more
that.
exotic uses, notably to catch dust from a comet as part of the Stardust mission.
So the particles were traveling about 6 kilometers per second relative to the aerogel. So when they hit the aerogel, because the aerogel's a very low density material, very, very porous material, the particles actually enter the aerogel, and as they travel through the aerogel, they
get stuck.
basically break apart the network that makes up the aerogel, and they lose energy in the process and eventually come to a stop. This is good for
They get
capturing
stuck.
particles, because if a particle like that were to hit a solid surface, then it just stops, immediately
And just
and vaporizes.
So, should we expect to see aerogel in our everyday lives anytime soon?
One of my running jokes is when they build skyscrapers in Antarctica, they'll use aerogel as thermal insulation.
Why do you say that?
Well, because then
Like,
they'll really care about how thermal efficient it is, because it'd be so cold there.
Right.
So instead of having, 10 feet of fiberglass insulation, you could have 6 inches or something of aerogel.
Scientists are currently working on reducing costs and increasing durability.
And that's true. They do have some elastic.
Okay.
Yeah. So there we go. So it is not hard to break.
They've already made a lot of progress.
you can
For
just break it
example,
apart.
original silica aerogel is hydrophilic.
There we go. Now this is
Whoa.
a hydrophilic aerogel,
So once we've done this, is that piece of aerogel ruined now?
pretty much.
But there are ways to make it waterproof. So if
Whoa,
you want to see
is the
that
water just
and all
dropping
the
right
other
through
next
that?
generation
What the hell was
aerogels, then
that?
subscribe to the channel. And this
Was the water dropping right through that, folks? Yeah, no, there's definitely aerogels at play. I don't know that there are orbs are happening, but peace, everybody's going to sleep. We're going to be going to sleep in about 5-10 minutes or so. Why is the music not playing? It's a little too loud. Mercury is pretty interesting too, yeah. Mercury is very toxic though. It's pretty interesting. G is the acceleration due to gravity? Okay, yeah. So the farther the electron has to travel, the more voltage you need to get it to move. Is that accurate then? Makes sense. So the electron's going to be doing work as it goes through the circuit. And it needs more voltage to go through the circuit. I get it. Makes sense. Does that make sense to you guys, fam? Huh. Your messages are going through. Full of the brown stuff. I haven't even been paying attention to Ethan for a while. What was he saying? Yeah, Ethan's a Mensa member, guys. Don't make fun of him. For both the ball and the electron, the trip down the hill happens spontaneously. They move towards the lower electron state all by themselves. We guide electrons through wires, make them flow through electronic components, circuit design, basically, yeah. I'm just imagining like a computer. Yeah, the Battelle Institute's another one, huh? I should probably be calling out the Battelle Institute as well. The third-party contractors are probably sitting here just going, what's the one where they look at the Burt meme? Or wait. Where's the one where they look to the side? The other third-party contractors I haven't called out are probably just doing the side look. What's the side look one? God dang, I've been drinking too much. The longer the copper, the more resistance. Makes sense. Which video? THC Mike, I'm making you a moderator. You can post links now, THC Mike, or TH600 Mike. THC Mike. You can post links now, TH600 Mike. My favorite are the people that believe in all kinds of woo, but they just don't believe in like actual science. It's pretty funny, man. THC 420. How many equations do we have to get through here, guys? I'll go to that link in a second. TH600. Voltage is the energy transferred per unit of charge. Current is the rate of flow. We can insert these. Power equals. voltage times current. Okay, good. Is this gonna be long? Math? Math is a lot. Yeah, that's why we have to start at the basics, TH600 Mike, is because the equations grow on each other. Barry Babbitt, YouTube Victor, anti-gravity and levitation. I'm gonna probably have to save this one for tomorrow. I don't know if we're gonna have enough. But I want to look at THC Mike.
Answered by Caseta by Lutron. Imagine you have a giant circuit consisting of a battery, a switch, a light bulb, and 2 wires which are each 300,000 kilometers long. That is the distance light travels in 1 second. So they would reach out halfway to the moon and then come back to be connected to the light bulb, which is 1 meter away. Now the question is, after I close this switch, how long would it take for the bulb to light up? Is it half a second, 1 second, 2 seconds,
Wait,
1 over c?
I was told there wouldn't be math, guys. I was told there would not be math. So if you light that switch, how fast would it take? Wait. The whole circuit length is that, so it should be 1 divided by c seconds? No, speed of light. If the whole circuit is the speed of light and it goes all the way around, I don't know. The answer is usually D.
Or none of the above.
None of the above.
Now you have to make some simplifying assumptions about this circuit, like the wires have to have no resistance.
What do we think, chat? What do we think is the answer? What do we think is the answer, chat? Okay, I guess we'll
Otherwise, this wouldn't work, and the light bulb has to turn on immediately when current passes through it. But I want you to commit to an answer and put it down in the comments so you can't say, oh yeah, I knew that was the answer when I tell you the answer later on.
I don't know.
This question actually relates to how electrical energy gets from a power plant to your home. You know, unlike a battery, the electricity in the grid comes in the form of alternating current, or AC, which means electrons in the power lines are just wiggling back and forth. They never actually go anywhere. So if the charges don't come from the power plant to your home, how does the electrical energy actually reach you?
Okay, this is important.
When I used to teach this subject, I would say that power lines are like this flexible plastic tubing, and the electrons inside are like this chain. So what a power station does is it pushes and pulls the electrons back and forth 60 times a second. Now at your house, you can plug in a device like a toaster, which essentially means allowing the electrons to run through it. So when the power station pushes and pulls the electrons, well, they encounter resistance in the toaster element, and they dissipate their energy as heat, and so you can toast your bread. Now this is a great story. I think it's easy to visualize, and I think my students understood it. The only problem is, it's wrong. For one thing, there is no continuous conducting wire that runs all the way from a power station to your house. No, there are physical gaps, there are breaks in the line, like in transformers, where one coil of wire is wrapped on one side, a different coil of wire is wrapped on the other side, so electrons cannot possibly flow from one to the other. Plus, I mean, if it's the electrons that are carrying the energy from the power station to your device, then when those same electrons flow back to the power station, why are they not also carrying energy back from your house to the power station? I mean, if the flow of current is 2 ways, then why does energy only flow in one direction? These are the lies you were taught about electricity.
Uh-oh, guys. We were taught lies. Uh-oh. This is going to be weird. Look at bees. They fly. They can't fly. They levitate. Wait, is this the same one? Oh, no. We already got this one. Sorry, just making sure. Guys, we're learning some stuff here tonight. Late morning stuff.
That electrons themselves have potential energy, that they are pushed or pulled through a continuous conducting loop, and that they dissipate their energy in the device. My claim in this video is that all of that is false. So how does it actually work? In the 1860s and 70s, there was a huge breakthrough in our understanding of the universe when Scottish physicist James Clerk Maxwell realized that light is made up of oscillating electric and magnetic fields. The fields are oscillating perpendicular to each other and they are in phase, meaning when one is at its maximum, so is the other wave. Now he works out the equations that govern the behavior of electric and magnetic fields, and hence these waves. Those are now called Maxwell's equations. But in 1883, one of Maxwell's former students, John Henry Poynting, is thinking about conservation of energy. Now, if energy is conserved locally in every tiny bit of space, well, then you should be able to trace the path that energy flows from one place to another. So think about the energy that comes to us from the sun. I mean, during those 8 minutes when the light is traveling, the energy is stored and being transmitted in the electric and magnetic fields of the light. Now, Poynting works out an equation to describe energy flux. That is, how much electromagnetic energy is passing through an area per second. This is known as the Poynting vector, and it's given the symbol S. And the formula is really pretty simple. It's just a constant, 1 over mu naught, which is the permeability of free space, times E cross B. Now, E cross B is the cross product of the electric and magnetic fields. Now, the cross product is just a particular way of multiplying two vectors together, where you multiply their perpendicular magnitudes, and to find the direction, you put your fingers in the direction of the first vector, which in this case is the electric field, and curl them in the direction of the second vector, the magnetic field. Then your thumb points in the direction of the resulting vector, the energy flux. So what this shows us about light is that the energy is flowing perpendicular to both the electric and the magnetic fields. And it's in the same direction as the light is traveling. So this makes a lot of sense. Light carries energy from its source out to its destination. But the kicker is this. Poynting's equation doesn't just work for light. It works anytime there are electric and magnetic fields coinciding. Anytime you have electric and magnetic fields together, there is a flow of energy, and you can calculate it using Poynting's vector.
To illustrate this, let's consider a simple circuit with a battery and a light bulb.
Guys, this is big.
The battery by itself has an electric field, but since no charges are moving, there is no magnetic field.
If you have a video from Hal Puthoff, send it to me. Put it in the chat. We're going to not watch it tonight, but we'll watch it next time.
So the battery doesn't lose energy. When the battery is connected into the circuit, its electric field extends through the circuit at the speed of light. This electric field pushes electrons around so they accumulate on some of the surfaces of the conductors, making them negatively charged, and are depleted elsewhere, leaving their surfaces positively charged. These surface charges create a small electric field inside the wires, causing electrons to drift preferentially in one direction. Note that this drift velocity is extremely slow, around 1/10 of a millimeter per second. But this is current. Well, conventional current is defined to flow opposite the motion of electrons, but this is what's making it happen. The charge on the surfaces of the conductors also creates an electric field outside the wires, and the current inside the wires creates a magnetic field outside the wires. So now there is a combination of electric and magnetic fields in the space around this circuit.
This is why toroids matter, isn't it? This is why toroids matter, isn't it? The toroid shape is manipulating these fields, isn't it?
So according to Poynting's theory, energy should be flowing. And we can work out the direction of this energy flow using the right-hand rule. Around the battery, for example, the electric field is down and the magnetic field is into the screen. So you find the energy flux is to the right.
away from the battery. In fact, all around the battery, you'll find the energy is radially outwards. Energy is going out through the sides of the battery into the fields. Along the wires, again, you can use the right-hand rule to find the energy is flowing to the right. This is true for the fields along the top wire and the bottom wire. But at the filament, the pointing vector is directed in toward the light bulb. So the light bulb is getting energy from the field. If you do the cross product, you find the energy is coming in from all around the bulb. It takes many paths from the battery to the bulb, but in all cases, the energy is transmitted by the electric and magnetic fields.
People seem to think that you're pumping electrons and that you're like buying electrons or something, which is just so wrong. For most people, and I think to this day, it's quite counterintuitive to think that the energy is flowing through the space around the conductor.
Wow.
But the energy which is traveling through the field.
Energy and magnetic fields.
Quite fast.
How do celebrities like Justin Bieber and The Rock generate...
Wow. Wow. I'm starting to get it already. Anything you have about Hal Puthoff I want to watch? I have a reason to believe that Hal Puthoff
Things to notice
knows
here.
exactly what he's talking
Even
about.
though the electrons go two ways, away from the battery and towards it, by using the pointing vector, you find that the energy flux only goes one way, from the battery to the bulb.
Yeah.
This also shows it's the fields and not the electrons that carry the energy.
I mean, how far do the electrons go in this little thing you're talking
Fields
about?
are carrying
barely
energy.
move. They probably don't move at all.
Now, what happens if
electrons
in
aren't
place
even
of a
moving.
battery we use an alternating current source? Well then, the direction of current reverses every half cycle. But this means that both the electric and magnetic fields flip at the same time. So at any instant, the pointing vector still points in the same direction, from the source to the bulb. So the exact same analysis we used for DC still works for AC. And this explains how energy is able to flow from power plants to homes in power lines. Inside the wires, electrons just oscillate back and forth. Their motion is greatly exaggerated here, but they do not carry the energy. Outside the
Energy
wires,
is from
oscillating
the
electric and
fields.
magnetic fields travel from the power station to your home. You can use the pointing vector to check that the energy flux is going in one direction. You might think this is just an academic discussion, that you could see the energy as transmitted either by fields or by the current in the wire. But that is not the case. And people learned this the hard way when they started laying undersea telegraph cables. The first transatlantic cable was laid in 1858.
It only worked for about a month. It never worked properly.
There are all kinds of distortions when they tried to send.
Enormous amounts of distortion. I mean, they could work it at a few words per minute.
What they found was sending signals over such a
Yeah,
long
Hal Puthoff-
distance under the sea.
Before we finish this, I'll just let you know, like, I have reason to believe from sources that Hal Puthoff knows exactly what's going on. He might be one of the most connected people out there. This is wild. I mean, I had a reason to believe that electrical engineering was where it's at, but now I'm like totally on it. Guys, I can't wait to do our next
became
part. I almost don't even care about what's going on Twitter, honestly, at this point.
Distorted and lengthened. It was hard to differentiate dots from dashes. To account for the failure, there was a debate among scientists. William Thomson, the future Lord Kelvin, thought electrical signals moved through submarine cables like water flowing through a rubber tube. But others, like Heaviside and Fitzgerald, argued it was the fields around the wires that carried the energy and information.
Fields are
and
carrying the
ultimately,
energy.
this view proved correct. To insulate and protect the submarine cable, the central copper conductor had been coated in an insulator and then encased in an iron sheath. The iron was only meant to strengthen the cable, but as a good conductor, it interfered with the propagation of electromagnetic fields because it increased the capacitance of the line. This is why today most power lines are suspended high up. Even the damp earth acts as a conductor.
So you want a large insulating gap of air to separate the wires from the ground.
So what is the answer to our giant circuit light bulb question?
So what's the answer to the question then? The fields are what's carrying the energy. So how fast will it flow? None of the above is what I'm going with.
Well, after I close the switch, the light bulb will turn on almost instantaneously.
Got it.
Roughly 1/c seconds. So the correct answer is D.
Oh, well, close.
I think a lot of people imagine that the electric field needs to travel from the battery all the way down the wire, which is a light second long.
Traveling
So it
right
should
from the
take
battery.
a second.
It's traveling from the battery directly to it because the field is right there. The pointing vector is pointing directly at it. So it doesn't matter how long this is, folks. The pointing vector is making a field between right here and the light.
For the bulb to light up.
So it's
But what we've
instantaneous.
learned in this video is it's not really what's happening in the wires that matters. It's what happens around the wires. And the electric and magnetic fields can propagate out through space to this light bulb, which is only 1 meter away, in a few nanoseconds.
Wow.
And so that is
Instantaneous,
the
yep.
limiting factor for the light bulb turning on.
I'm learning.
Now, the bulb won't receive the entire
learning.
voltage of the battery immediately. It'll be some fraction, which depends on the impedance of these lines and the impedance of the bulb. Now, I asked several experts about this question and got kind of different answers, but we all agreed on these main points. So I'm going to put their analysis in the description in case you want to learn more about this particular setup.
If I get called out on it and people don't think it's real, we can definitely invest the resources and string up some lines and make our own power lines in the desert.
You're going to get called out on it. I agree. I think you're going to get called out. So, I think that's right.
I think it's just kind of wild that this is one of those things
Wow.
that we use every
People don't
day
believe it,
that
huh?
almost nobody thinks about or knows the right answer to. These traveling electromagnetic waves around power lines are really what's delivering your power.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, now that you understand how electrical energy actually flows, you can think about that every time you flick on a light switch. And if you want to take your switches to the next level, the sponsor of this video, Caseta by Lutron, provides...
Wow. Awesome video. Amazing video. THC 600 Mike, you definitely earned your mod ship, no doubt. Holy crap. I feel like I just learned like 5 years worth of electrical engineering in like 15 minutes. Wow. Guys, we might have to watch another video. The electrons are just a byproduct. Wow.
Just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen.
Power appears to be a diamagnetic field phenomenon. I don't quite understand that yet. Yeah, my brain's starting to get full. We might have to do... Oh, this is the one I just put up. Okay.
Were there actually
this one's
updates
too
in
loud.
physics, maybe
Oh.
mid-century, that were
That's
not
Hal
disclosed
Puthoff?
to the public?
No, that's Eric Weinstein,
well,
right?
I mean, it quieted down because nobody ever got
I don't know if we're
anywhere,
gonna be able to
or
watch this whole
quieted
thing right
down because they did get somewhere and it went black.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally here, the much anticipated conversation with Eric Weinstein and Hal Puthoff.
The world's most brilliant physics mind of our time is the son of the country's most prominent and important anti-gravity researcher of the 1950s.
Well, that's weird.
I don't know what any of this is.
Hal is an electrical engineer and laser physicist. Former NSA and CIA, Hal was a senior advisor to ATIP, the official government UFO investigation program that ran from 2007.
Okay, this is getting weird. I've basically talked to everybody so far, except for Hal Puthoff, but I have people
out of
who know
Bigelow
him.
Aerospace. He also founded and ran the CIA's psychic spy program called Stargate out of Stanford Research Institute in the 70s.
Does our government have a protocol to wield stigma?
So basically, Weinstein and Hal Puthoff are like two of the most important people. Okay. Everything's starting to add up to me now. This is wild, man. I can't believe how close I am to a lot of these people. This is weird, man. This is so weird. I mean, I literally have Jesse Michaels' phone number.
As a tool for keeping its programs secret.
Certainly there are parts of the government who consider that to be their job.
That was.
I'm going to show you a way to potentially make money by pairing Amazon with the power of AI. With
Clutter and atmospheric effect. A voice, an authorial voice that wanted to disclose more, and one that said over my dead body. And
man, the videos are real, man. The MH370 videos are real. Oh, man. What are the implications of this, man? What are the implications of this, guys? I see why there's so many people talking to me now. I didn't know any of this shit, man. I was just guessing based on what I could understand from physics as like an idiot. And now I'm understanding it more, and I'm looking at this and I'm just going, of course this is real. Of course this is what happened to the plane. No wonder they had to keep it quiet. They think somebody faked this? Like, how would somebody even think to fake this? Superconductive harmonic orbs. No wonder people are messaging me. No wonder they were messaging me. I'm sitting here just spilling the beans as an idiot. Just like, I didn't even understand electrical engineering. They're able to use toroids to essentially create a type of gravity well, amplification of the energy by manipulating the fields. And the fields are able to be manipulated and focused to a point where they can break down the vacuum state of space-time. It looks like magic to us, but we just don't understand it. Not only that, they're able to use advanced computer programs to form the pattern as well. This was 2014 they were able to do this. The plane's just gone. So people think we're looking at 90s video game graphics here. I think the world is just retarded. Sorry for that word, but I don't know if the world's ready for this, man. I think we live in idiocracy. I think we just live in idiocracy. I think we're getting dumber. Look at this non-radiating barrier. Why does regicide not include this zoomed in, slowed down version? They want to show us exactly how the orbs are working. Why do we think it's getting distorted here? Why is it getting distorted? Because of the electromagnetic field? From the electromagnetic field from them interacting with one another. That's why. When they close in, it's because it's like magnets that are repelling at the same time. They're attracting and repelling. They're definitely creating an amplification of the forces here somehow. So strong that it breaks down the vacuum state. This is causing the electrons around it to break free from the plane. So they definitely need to have a fourth orb. How else do you know where this plane's going to go to, you know? Look at this blur that you see here. Yeah. We're gonna watch that video tomorrow. Yeah, I need to learn from Hal instantly as fast as I can, but I know somebody who knows Hal, so that helps a lot. Yeah, my intuition, like one thing I've always been good at, what I'll tell you guys, even when I took physics class, there was this one test I took. It was about thermodynamics, and it was about trying to measure what the relative temperatures would be with an insulator in between. And I remember I got the answer right, but they gave me an F because I couldn't math out the equations. And this feels just like that, where it's like I was able to understand from intuition what's happening, but I was not able to explain it, in layman's term, or in like scientific terms, I guess is the right way to say it. That's what this feels like. This is why we have to start from the beginning with understanding the basics. Catastrophic disclosure. There's nothing they can say to debunk these videos. What the people that are debunking these videos to are people who are idiots already. That's what I've come to realize. I mean, look at what we're looking at, man. We're looking at a fucking drone. Pardon my French, but we're looking at a freaking drone here, man. Of course you can't debunk this. This is a real video. Yeah. I don't even know what to say next to my next tweet. The problem is so many people are just idiots, right? And they think they're so smart. And that's what's wrong with the world today. Is that everybody thinks they're a genius and they're all just idiots. That's the main problem, right? A lot of people are just only going to be able to believe whatever CNN tells them. That's what they think is the smartest people on TV. Oh, it's got to be whoever's on TV that knows what's going on, instead of just like learning it yourself. God damn it, man. What was the thing about Crocs? The shoes they made people look like idiots were Crocs. Yeah, we literally live in idiocracy, man. TH600 Mike, we literally live in idiocracy, man. Asymmetrical capacitors. I'm going to write that down. We've already understood like half the terms I've written down here as well. Even without understanding the Schwinger limit, I already think I figured it out. There is CNN in Malaysia. I lived in Singapore. They have CNN. You just get like the international version. I'm glad that the trolls can appreciate it as well. I'm definitely not talking to Jack Sarfati. He's a spook and he's an idiot. I'm going to talk to people who aren't idiots. I wouldn't trust a goddamn thing that Jack Sarfati told me. If Jack Sarfati told me that the sky was green or blue, I'd have to go out in there and check, make sure. I haven't talked to Gary Nolan. I get a weird vibe from Gary Nolan. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys about everything. I get a very weird vibe about Gary Nolan. I'm not sure what his deal is. I just don't quite get him. We didn't make our Twitter post. Yeah, we have to show people the rest of the truth. Uh-oh, they found it? I mean, this is not in our videos, man. Someone saying that this is in our videos is not even the same clouds. It's not even the same clouds. What am I looking at here? That's not the same picture. That's clearly not the same picture. What am I looking at here, guys? Whatever. It's not. This is the one I already replied to. Read my question, Dorian Katuni. To be honest with you guys, did anyone match the clouds to Jonas's? I don't know, but I honestly don't even care anymore. Don't even care anymore. You guys want to? Should we show Jack the Jack Sarfati messages? I feel like we should. I feel like we should. I don't know what to believe anymore, guys. This is so confusing to me. This Wall Street advisor person seems to know what they're talking about. Yeah, this image doesn't match this image down here at all. Although this one's definitely not even in our videos either, so I don't get it, man. Who did I block? Huh. Not real images. We're going to literally force the DOD to knock on our door. We're literally just going to force it. I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure. Take it easy, Ashley. You've been awesome. I know it's getting late. We're definitely going to get sleep. Yeah, Ethan's definitely a closet believer, guys. Ethan, it's okay, buddy. We'll get you on our side. We'll get you on our side. Debunked on Bright Insight. I don't know what that means. What's Bright Insight? Anyone know? Yeah, Jack Sarfati believes in a lot of nutso stuff. And honestly, I'm not even against it, but since he decided to come out against me, I'm just going to trash him every chance I get. Yeah. What's the, guys, you got to remember your Bible, guys. Just remember your Bible. Matthew 6:39 or 37. Wait, that's not right. Do not judge and you will not be judged. Do not condemn and you will not be condemned. Forgive and you will be forgiven. Jack Sarfati would be good to remember his Bible. I don't know what the spooks did here, but they pulled some bullshit. I'm 100% sure they pulled some bullshit. if this guy is looking at the pictures too and saying he found something wrong, it wouldn't surprise me, because whatever they pulled here is not real. I don't know what they did and who they interfered with, but we know these videos are real. So whatever they're kind of bullshit they're trying to pull here, we'll figure it out. I'm not concerned. He didn't even pull the raw files, so it wasn't even raw files. Jesus, man. Oh, boy. Why is it so weird that Jonas didn't collect the money and wasn't afraid and didn't want to and was afraid of signing a waiver, man? Tomorrow morning, we might have to come out hard against Jonas and the other people as well. What's this? Yeah. This guy is definitely not trustworthy. Oh, they already deleted the post? I don't know what's going on, man. There's so much bullshit disinformation flowing right now. I can't believe what's going on. Oh boy, I don't know what's going on, man. They deleted their post after. This is getting sketchy, folks. Okay, guys. Bright Insight is Jimmy? What? Okay, what did I say about... Oh, okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. Oh, you thought it was debunked on Bright Insight. Well, Jimmy interviewed me on the same day that the cloud debunk came out, but if you watch it, you'll see that there was a lot. Willing to apologize to us? Here's my apology, Aiden. Why do people that were wrong want apologies from me? Literally got every single thing wrong, tried to debunk me, tried to talk crap about me, and you want to ask me for an apology? Did you find some random pictures? Like, it's just weird, man. Do people think that I'd be messaging people asking for apologies after I'm proven right? Here's my apology to the Lore Lodge little kids. Suck my balls. Suck my balls, Aidens. I tell you what, when you want to come and suck my balls, then I will go ahead and apologize to you. It's never going to happen. Not in your lifetime, little kids. You were like 10 years old when the incident happened. Don't even try coming at me like that. Go back and find Cindy Hendry, guys. Here's what the Lore Lodge believes in, guys. What was her name? Cindy Hendry. There she is. This is what the Lore Lodge believes in, guys. They believe that you can match parts of the plane from this. This is what the Lore Lodge believes in. These guys are freaking idiots. I hope their fake girlfriends are watching. They think you can match up the M on an airplane to a satellite picture like this. The Lore Lodge kids are absolute effing idiots. I just want to be 100% clear. And their followers are idiots too. And when they want to apologize to me, then maybe I'll think about, unblocking them. Maybe. But probably not. Most likely I'll never talk to them again. And they're not relevant. And they don't have anything to do with this case. They can go back to hunting Bigfoot or whatever stupid crap the Lore Lodge kids do. Next time, grow up. And if your girlfriend ever wants to be with a real man, let me know. How's that? How's that for an apology? Jesus, man. You let me know when you get real evidence, okay? And then I'll be happy to talk to you again. When you want to match up pictures on a satellite that doesn't even have scale that's correct, and talk about, oh, well, they just quarantined off 500 square miles of the ocean and picked up all the debris. Yeah, okay, man. Jesus, man. Oh, you know what, guys? I'm going to pretend like I modified something and say that it matches on my picture here and pretend like I believe in what Mick West tells me, guys. You know what? Just go back to watching CNN, Lore Lodge. There's your apology. How about that? Did you like it? I hope so. Go ahead, guys, and send them this clip. I want to make sure that the Lore Lodge gets it, and so that they can make sure that they heard my apology. Jesus, man. It's like picking on little kids. It's incredible how egotistical these people are with thinking that they're going to demand an apology from me. Like, the guy that made the video just refused the bounty because he didn't want to sign a statement claiming that what he said is true. What is this? And if he does the right thing, he should be deleting his video like tomorrow. And if he doesn't delete his video tomorrow, well, we'll see. Case ain't going away, so feel free to talk more crap about me if you want. I'm going to sit here. We're going to learn the electrical engineering. And, yeah. We'll figure out how to teleport an object. I'll tell you what. These people, man. Okay, guys. Well, it's been night. It's been a night, and you know, whatever. I'm real as possible. I'm real as possible. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We're gonna figure out some more stuff here. I hope that our detractors hang around to watch us again tomorrow. I don't mind the free views. I like how everybody's just like totally obsessed with me too. It's pretty funny. That's how you know there's something going on, right? Like, I don't bother flat earthers because I just don't care, because I know that gravity exists. So I'm going to watch a lot of that video probably tomorrow. I'll probably save some as well for us. Yeah, I don't know. I want to be friends with Kim.com because I think that he's very well funded. And so maybe we will be able to actually just literally teleport something in the future. I want to get in touch with Jeremy Reese because he's a smart dude who has a lot of scientific people on. And so, oh God, I'm slurring my speech already. So maybe we can figure out how to teleport an object, man. Who knows? Anyway, it's been a good night tonight, guys. And I hope you guys have a good one. And yeah, we will be in touch. Peace, everybody. Have a good one. Jack. Good one.